everybody, welcome back to another episode of Fun, Fun, Fun. It's your Chuckle King here, Dan, as always, with a very special robot episode. That's right, robots are here and they're taking over. With me, as always, is the Chuckle Wizard, the podcast produce expert extraordinaire, not a robot that I'm aware of, Nathan.
Good evening, Daniel. Dore arigato, Mr. Roboto. All right, so we are all set.
I know you're not a robot because no robot would do that. I don't think.
No,
I don't think. I think that's definitely like what a CAPTCHA
robot
is. That's. I think you just defined what CAPTCHA is. If I could guess.
Oh,
I don't know technically
test?
behind the scenes what it is, but I think it's that.
You're too white to be a computer. It's nice to be the new Turing test.
We got,
yes.
It's a momentous day. All right, we had some special guests with us, but we recorded this because I didn't know when on earth this thing would come out. I mean, like they teased a date, but can you ever trust anything Disney says about any of the rides they're building? So we had a podcast chat with some of our friends, but before we get into it, we have to. Walt has emerged from his frozen status. They have thawed the head out, and it is Walt's animatronic is with us, Nathan. Yeah. He's here.
My favorite part is when like it turns and the curtains open and there's the desk, and then he just goes whoop 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 whoop, and he transforms into Walt. It's so cool.
The desk transforms into Walt.
Yeah,
it's well, it's funny you say that because I think the best moment is the moment from him leaning on the desk and standing up. It's like it looks most real. There's some really uncanny situations going on here. A lot of people are rejecting our boy and what he looks like.
This is from Attractions Magazine. Shout out to them for having some footage.
Thanks, man.
It's like. What, 3.5 minutes total is this animatronic?
Yeah, give or take, link and length, and it's something. We are so hyper familiar with this man's face, and I think at a certain point he does stuff that's just like, what is that, and his face, it's like a weird mixture of all the versions of Walt.
Is he gonna? I think he's gonna lean here in a second for those who are watching. Maybe it'll be more than that.
He stands up.
That's the best part. Or he's gonna up the lean here.
Yeah, he's gonna stand up. Yeah, he looks. He's got like a puffy face. I mean, there's got to be robotics under that face.
Look, this is the classic. Don't you remember that classic Walt Disney story about when he got hit by bees? And then he had to give a lecture.
He says he's a bee guy in this.
He does say he's a bee.
That's funny. The whole thing started with like a buzzing and Walt being like, "Get out! Oh, I just got stung in the face."
Oh no,
by a
I'm
bee.
swollen. You're a little more down on this than I am. I mean, I should clarify that I don't care. I don't find this like the coolest thing I've ever seen, or a reason to go to Disneyland exclusively, or like
I love it. It's like moments like that. Did you just like that moment of him like his eyes getting like he's about to get hit by a truck and like it's like that's so funny to me. That's so funny.
They're trying to do a twinkle. And a twinkle is very hard to do. It's the most subtlest. I don't know, but it's the most subtle kind of thing you can do, and you have to do it to the back of the room. Can we clarify something that I think is really important, which is that this animatronic, all these, including this video, came out. Basically, what happened is Disney approved like 30 seconds to go out for influencers, and then like the whole bit went out today. And you can see it's almost over. Like this is the whole bit here. But
if you're watching on YouTube,
if you're watching, of course, if you're listening, it's there's
open up the video and watch along with
us. And they're going to close the curtains.
He's sitting down now.
But I think the thing about him is that this thing was made for seeing in a theater at a very specific perspective.
Yeah, and not a lot of, from what I hear, actually, not a lot of the theater gives you a good perspective. It's like a couple specific rows, and then like there's just some weirdness about it. There are moments when he looks spot on, and I think that the bigger thing to discuss, because none of us have seen it in person, like very few of us have. I think the bigger thing to discuss is just how bad of a job Disney has been doing lately, filming and photographing their product for us to view on a phone. Because they just don't have that vision, be it them doing the Tiana's Bayou POV with just like a phone strapped to a...
You mean the marketing?
Yeah, it's just bad. It's just bad social media marketing because they're filming like a bad tourist, and they're not actually like approaching their product to be like, all right, how do we film this to make it look like you will think it looks when you see it in person? Because it's two very different things, what your phone sees and what your stupid eyeballs see. You know, and so they're just not telling that story very well.
So it seems so. There's two things I've seen. I've seen the same clip, the B phrase, which I'm calling it right now, was like released, and it seems like they had a bunch of influencers come into the theater and they were like, you can do this part and like whatever, because everyone, maybe they even told them like, from this part to this part, that's what you can take from this edit and show tomorrow.
They made it pretty clear.
And they also gave that exact same footage to news organizations. I think it was KTLA. I can't remember exactly who I saw on
they had some
on YouTube. B-roll. And it was literally just like, I love news organizations now because they're like, here's the handoff footage. Like literally they just say, here's the handoff footage, which is what it is. It's the B-roll. And that footage was like straight down the barrel, and the audio was source. And again, it's just a small clip, but guess what? It doesn't sound very good when it's sourced.
No,
audio.
It doesn't. And again, I just circling back to the fact that they are not, for whatever reason, and I think I know the reason. It's because we just have a specific team of interns that level up and continue to churn and cycle out, and no one's really paying attention to it because it's very old media in the way that, like, if you're making decisions like this, you are setting yourself up for people to consume it and say it looks bad, like right off the bat. And a good example of it being done correctly would be what I would say is the teasers for Epic Universe's the Dark Universe ride. Like those like previews of those animatronics, like kind of like lunging, and you're seeing them from the specific angle that they're punching. Yeah. And then like, that's it. And then it cuts away. That's the kind of stuff that we're not like, it's weird. It's like, you would almost need to like do a proper like 3-cam setup to like capture every time Walt like looks a different way, so that you can like get those moments, because it's all about him moving in the space and not you like locked in like a phone, unmoving, unwavering.
It's not a good pro shot.
No, it's not. Yeah. It's never, and it never is. It never has good direction. There is no direction to their marketing in that perspective. From my point.
Show me what I can't see. You know, if they had done a thing where it was dark and the camera was behind the animatronic.
So bright, dude. It's so bright in that room.
And there's like,
no, I know what you mean. Like in silhouette. Give it a silhouette with a little fog.
Don't even show it. Like let your
imagination build it up.
Right. Let your corporation, and that should have been like 2 weeks ago. Right. Once you let influencers in, you can't control how the image is perceived, and there is a limitation to that. Like it just is.
Yeah. And so you're going to see influencers present better versions of the video than they ever did, and that's stupid.
Right.
I'm sorry, but that's stupid. The fact that I have to wait for TPM vids or DSNY newscast or, and people like Attraction Magazine and Mouse Steps Media, they're actually giving you more of the tourist perspective, where things like, TPM vids and like they're cranking out like high-end, like multicam versions of their product that present it in a way that it's like incredible.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then, even the
Martin's
POVs they're
Vids
putting
is
on
going to
Disney
have
Plus.
like a 2-hour version of this figured out with
exactly. But just to say that there really lacks that, that punch, and it's so fascinating.
This is why they don't do shows very much, because honestly, shows, in my opinion, Union for one is one reason they don't do like shows a lot as much as say other parks, but also there is no how do I put it? You can watch a roller coaster video and you go, cool, roller coaster, or dark ride, cool, but you're still going to pay a ticket, right? Like there are people that will see TPM Vids video or Attraction Magazine's video and go, I saw it. I don't need to go see it. I don't move. It's a theater. It's, and it's unique enough of a thing, opposed to saying like, if you put in a new Circle Vision film, it might be up online, but people are going to be like, it's in Circle Vision, like whatever. Like this is a one robot on a stage, and it's this unique time where you should have said, you're absolutely right. Disney should have said, it's the 70th. We're celebrating Walt and his accomplishments at Disneyland, and just like we're putting out all these other videos on Disney Plus of our rides, which I haven't seen yet. I think, are some of them out yet? I don't know.
the POV
checked.
thing. Yeah,
right.
Who knows?
Who knows? But they're going to be bad, I'm sure.
They're YouTubing, yeah.
Yeah, and they should have said here is also like the pro shot version of the
with balanced audio. Like
a 15-minute thing. Like it's never going to be a thing that drags people in. So you might as well use it as what you. The whole point of this was marketing. They didn't make this robot because they love Walt Disney. Don't kid yourself. I heard somebody say the other day, like, it needs to now be at One Man's Dream at Hollywood Studios. And I was like, no, they're never going to put another dime into this Walt. Like, unless they need to make it look pretty. Like, it's not about putting these in every park. It's not about telling some story. They had an R&D budget. That it was a way of a tax write-off of some, who knows how. They'll probably call it something. And they were able to say, this is part of marketing, and so we'll take a little bit of money from that. And it's done. And it's great. I don't hate it. And I understand. I would rather it look a little cartoony, which is what it is. Like every president in the Hall of Presidents is too, by the way. No one talks about it because nobody wants to. Trump got a new face when Hall of Presidents opened like a week ago or 2 weeks ago or whatever. Yeah. So he doesn't look like Hillary anymore. Interesting fact. So we have these, this history of sort of creating a mold that works for the mechanics inside and also can play to the back of the room, but now we have zoomed cameras doing all this work, and it's a mismatch of stuff. And you're right, like I would love to be able to kind of raise a gavel and say this is the final judgment, but I don't know until it is a eye-to-eye thing, and we can only sort of chat about what we think it looks like in the media res.
I guess my final thought is that it feels like it wasn't a passion project of anyone's. It feels like it was a decision made by a corporation and then passed down and mandated for someone to complete.
Narrator of the video
in a 9-month timeline, like it's a robot that's going to go into Chuck E. Cheese, or a statue that's going to appear at Madame Tussauds, and it's sort of like it feels like a product of a pipeline instead of the product of passion. And
Bob
that,
Iger's
I think,
the
really
narrator.
takes away.
Like what more do you need? Like this was.
Well, I'm sure the narrator will probably change actually, as they
one would hope.
Yeah.
But still,
it just feels rather soulless. And it's interesting because I just rewatched Defunctland's episode on animatronics, part 1, and there's a huge debate back in the day, and if you guys haven't rewatched it, you definitely have to, especially in the light of this Walt Disney animatronic reveal, because we are just repeating history so aggressively. No one wanted the Lincoln animatronic. Everyone said it didn't look like him. It didn't sound like him. It was lambasted in the media. We were just repeating history. And so you have to check that out. And that's part of the reason why we brought Kevin back, was to be like, well, we know this is coming. And he's working on a part 2 to his animatronic deep dive. And so, hey, let's talk to him about that.
Yeah.
And
we would have loved to have him on, but you guys don't understand. Like,
well, his hot blind take is going to be in his part 2.
Right.
So we can't spoil that. It's all part of the arc. So.
Yeah. So that's.
But we can have him talk about. We can have him talk about living characters.
Oh,
is Walt a living character? It would be cool if you could talk to him like talking Mickey, and he'd be like, "Hey, it looks like you're wearing I like your Mickey ears." You know what I mean? He's like, "Oh, did you see it? You like Wish? Did you see Wish?"
As long as he doesn't hit on people, as we're going to talk about in this episode.
God! Oh God! I forgot all about it. Did we find the clip? We have to find the clip of it happening.
I don't.
So we can
put it in. Don't put this on me. I don't.
Context. I'll ask him. Context is so important, and it's so funny. And,
either way, it's weird. Either way, he's got stories. He's got stories.
Kevin always finds stories.
Watch out for Bunsen.
Also,
everybody.
Rob's here.
No offense to Rob.
Rob jumps in with his zingers every once in a while, but he's mostly quiet. And so immediately after this episode, we recorded the Epic Universe Harry Potter episode so that Rob could talk, because it was mostly Kevin and I talking to each other, and Rob being like, "You guys are idiots," and we're like, "We know." So enjoy.
Dan, we're talking today about ribbits, and I think one of our guests is actually a robot. Well,
these are strong claims, sir.
No one has ever seen Kevin.
We've seen his forehead cook for 8 hours last Christmas. All right, we know that this man.
I can create
like
a plastic
John Progress,
forehead
we
in
didn't
like 5
see
minutes.
his legs, so I don't know. I don't know. And of course, we're talking about Rob. Rob plays. We're trying to get.
Rob is real. Rob is real. Rob is a real boy.
I'm a broken robot who's been missing for 3 years.
No, today we have 2 special guests, as always. My BFFs, Robert Plays and Kevin the Perjurer from Defunctland. Hey, Kev. Hey, Rob. Welcome.
Hey, Dan.
Hey.
How do you know what a PA on a Spielberg set looks like
Yeah,
versus any other
Just
set?
guessing. I have Mid-Journey in my head. You know what I mean, baby? Like I just put text to prompt in here, and then I get the.
That's
pics.
called your imagination.
I know. Yeah.
You put text to prompt, and it spits out something inaccurate.
Yeah.
I mean, at
Just
the
like
very least,
AI.
yeah, I would. I feel more like a Soderbergh PA, but that's just me.
Okay. I can take that. I can take that. Rob, you're also dressed like a PA, and we don't know how Kevin's dressed. So
He's not dressed like a PA. He's got a beautiful shirt on. We're going to talk about.
Oh yeah. Well, he's dressed like a PA on a very specific film franchise. You didn't know that they make all the PAs on Fast and the Furious wear shirts with Vin Diesel's face
From previous entries of the franchise.
Yeah.
I don't believe there's any Vin Diesel on that shirt though, so I don't think it counts.
No,
He wasn't in this one.
Oh, it was
He's
too
gonna-
fast, too
He
furious.
wasn't in too
Jeez.
fast.
Yeah, he's gonna get a sandwich thrown at him by Groot himself. And then as I said, Kevin is just a disembodied voice. I'm pretty sure he is. What was the thing from Mission Impossible? He's that.
The entity.
You're the entity.
Yeah.
I'm the entity. They decided
And
the only profitable media venture is theme park YouTube.
Yeah.
That's the only way to make money on the internet. Is by
Hopefully
making
this episode.
videos.
Speaking
will
of the
disappoint
entity,
me far less.
Rob and I have been playing a lot of Fortnite lately, and we were trying to get Kevin with us, but I recorded some clips of AI Darth Vader hanging out, and it is probably one of the greatest things, one of the scariest thing that's ever happened with technology. And we got our AI Darth Vader to talk at length about Defunctland and defunct attractions. So it's great.
Thanks for that. Thanks for
the entity.
Thanks.
The entity is absorbing you right now.
Did you mark which carbon that is in the atmosphere for me? Did you?
No, I invested in Tesla
that's
to
my
offset.
fault.
I invested in Tesla to offset the carbon footprint of the AI Darth
Thank
Vader.
you,
I did.
Dan.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll help.
because that's how it evens out, man. That's how it evens out.
Yeah, you offset the carbon in onset fascism somehow. I don't know how that works, but
Yeah. It's
fun.
a new
Good times.
crowdsource thing. It's working. It's working great. Kev, I want to talk to you about your new robot video, because I have a robot video I'm putting out in July, and so do you, but you have a much cooler one that goes pretty deep.
It also won't be out in July or ever, because I'm going to die making it. It will be a robot that finishes the video. I thought of that multiple times. It's just like halfway through the video, just having AI do the rest.
That would be incredible. That would be if AI Kevin voice comes in.
It'd be horrendous and take my entire career and lose all respect that anyone might have for anything that I do.
But for the bit.
But but I would have to actually die to do it. It would have to be my action. It wouldn't. I couldn't, because I couldn't be alive. It'd have to be dead, and then like the video. But the video doesn't miss a beat. It just gets like amazingly worse, like clearly worse immediately.
We can fake it. I know somebody.
Oh
yeah,
man,
watching
those. You get your
those,
AI from a guy.
Those Google.
Oh no! I meant.
I know a guy. He's loaded.
He's like, you don't want to use that government AI. I got some in my shed.
You won't believe how many server hours this guy's got. He's loaded. He's packed.
It's grass-fed AI, so
Why
you
is
know
your
it's
house
good.
so hot? All my servers. My faucets are always running, wasting water.
Yeah, anything to cool down the air. Speaking of which, Rob's got a new computer that like literally keeps his office like 12 degrees warmer than the rest of the home. It's like he's incubating chickens in there.
Here. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that? Do you seriously?
What? Have a big computer at the top? Yeah.
Yeah. Why? What do you do on it?
Video games. I play video games.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't
do that.
I needed this to interrogate Darth Vader about your channel.
Yeah, true.
What am I going to do that with an old computer? Come on.
I'm going to have to use that in the video now.
Yeah, it's an industrial grade like cooling system that Rob's got. It's insane. I'm surprised you haven't gone liquid cooling at this point. Just
I'm afraid.
Patch it into the house. Patch it into your pool to heat your pool by liquid cooling your computer.
It's also such a different heat than the Florida heat. It's like such a viscerally different heat. It's a different kind of heat.
Yeah.
Like a dusty heat.
Dry
heat.
It's great. Yeah. I get to pick what kind of heat I want at any given point.
I've got a computer for every climate.
Yeah, exactly.
Simulates anything I need for anything and everything. Well, I want to give a shout out before we talk too much about the video, because you helped me find a lost animatronic, Kev, and your editor, John, that I had previously thought was called the Innovacation Robot. This wild image I found at lostepcot.com. Do you have a picture of it, Nathan?
Yeah.
Show on the keynote. And
we certainly do.
And this was a wild, deep Epcot pull of a robot character that I was just chalking up to being lost media until you're like, nah, here it is, and you just sent me a link of Francis, the talking robot from Epcot. This is incredible. How does this thing work? Have you figured it out?
Oh no.
They're most advanced.
It's like a guy, I think, just like with a backpack. I don't know. It's one of those. It doesn't even look like it's from Epcot.
It's not. What is not doing anything?
It does.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, it flirts with people and the weird thing about the video. So I'm working on a video right now on all the living characters, and the weird thing is that it doesn't matter who the character is. The bit is always that they flirt with you.
Hell yeah.
That's always the bit. And
you get
Stitch does it.
You get rizzed by theme park characters. Interesting.
And Stitch does it, which is weird. And I have this in the script, which is why it's taking so long, because it's so stupid. But I'm like, Stitch does it because, and it's weird because in the movie, Stitch doesn't like human women. That's not in the movie, but it's in that marketing campaign where he's stealing the princesses away from their princes. Right. But that's not a part of the movie.
Is Stitch canonically horny?
No, in the paratext, he's horny. But in the text itself, the Lilo and Stitch text, he's not.
The holy text.
I think there's one scene on the beach
in Lilo Book 3, Chapter 7. It's
Amen.
It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so this one's everything. The easiest thing to do if you're like a guy in a theme park voicing a robot and pretending to be a tourist and talking into your hand or talking into your Diet Coke that you're pretending to drink is be like, yo, do you have a boyfriend? And then everybody laughs. And the weirdest one actually was I saw Bunsen Honeydew do it as Muppet Mobile Lab. Well, yes. Oh, now everyone's like, "Oh, Stitch can sexually assault people, but not Bunsen."
Not Bunsen.
It's weird.
I expect it from Stitch.
Bunsen is not the right character to do it, and he is and it's weird because if I was in charge, and that's the problem with that nobody's ever in charge of any of these things because it's all performers, and so who's really? It's either the live entertainment people or just the Epcot on the ground people or the specific land that's hiring them. But if you could just put out an edict, a law in Disney, it's no living character should ever flirt with anyone because it's always a boy character doing it to a girl character. And then I could give you a 10-minute montage of this. It's awful. It's not funny. So don't laugh. But is there...
Okay.
But it's they halfway through the interaction. They find out that the girl's underage, every time.
Right.
So
yeah,
I told you it's not funny. Because Bunsen will be like, oh yeah, oh you're looking nice today. What are you doing after this?
No,
and then Beaker's on the back going meep meep, and it's
and that's profane. We just don't know what he's saying.
I know. Yeah, he's saying his proposition's even worse.
Yeah.
But then it's and then you can tell that either the person through the cameras or the guy in the coat or whatever doing the thing in the side gets a better look. And it's this it just shouldn't it just shouldn't be happening because it's awkward and weird and gross.
What about old ladies though? We should do it to old ladies. That's cute.
But the thing is, it has this creepy magician vibe. I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but you know how I
love a sentence that starts that way.
if someone operated Muppet Mobile Lab in 2007, it's like, what the hell? Why am I catching all this flack? It's been 20 years.
Yeah, leave me alone.
The weird thing is just
I did my time. I served my time.
I just think it's inappropriate to do that, but like I think it's worse because you can tell that like the performer isn't 100% joking. Like, he doesn't go after the obvious targets where it's like, I'm going to have Bunsen hit on a grandma. Like, that's fun.
Right.
Like, and it's like, and that's all, because, like, when the waiter hits on the grandma at the restaurant, everyone goes nuts. Like, it's awesome. It works every time you go over to grandma and you're like, are you here with somebody? And
everybody, Bunsen's doing intel for the cast member.
No, I'm not saying that far. I don't think, but I think it's one of those things where it's like the male brain is a scary place where and this
especially when he has a microphone and an audience.
Yeah, especially when you are God and you have become Remy or some weird ulterior form. But it's just so weird where it's like, I don't even know if I should even talk about this, but you can cut this. I don't know. It's just comes across where it's like
funny.
Well, sorry, but I'll just finish, and you can cut this out if you want. But I don't know. It's just
it's great.
Oh, I might make you. I don't know how this comes across. It comes across. You know how like when somebody's like jokingly flirting, but like in their mind you can see the 1% chance that they think exists that this goes somewhere.
When you
see that, but it's Bunsen Honeydew.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah,
it's gross.
No one wants an incel Bunsen Honeydew. No one wants that.
But that's exactly what it was, and it got awkward. I'll have to find the exact.
It's okay if Push the talking trash can's an incel.
He's trash.
That's given. Yeah, he's already trash, but
he's filthy.
What Muppet could? Okay, Animal clearly would go too far because he goes too far.
Well, yeah, but
always.
Animal, the weird thing about Animal is that's his like inherent character.
Yeah, one of his character traits is sex.
Be horny.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah,
but
Well, and
I think
Gonzo,
Floyd Pepper,
Gonzo and his chickens.
Gonzo loves chickens.
True. But Gonzo has an allegiance. He's not going to flirt with anybody else. Neither will Kermit.
Kermit pulls, but it's like he doesn't go out looking.
Yeah. I think
Rizzo
it's
the Rat.
Rizzo or Floyd.
Yeah. Which Muppet which Muppet when you see them trending would you be least surprised? Is that the question?
Rizzo would be great. Risen with Rizzo would be hilarious.
On Island, damn it!
Risen with Rizzo. I could definitely sign up for it.
Anyways, the Francis robot, the reason I started talking about this, there's like a bit where it flirts and talks about seeing someone's underwear in that video if you watch it.
Yeah.
And did you see that, Dan?
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. It does. This is something that happens a lot.
No, yeah.
But you know what I mean by magician energy? Like, I love magicians for the record. But like, if I say magician energy, Rob, you know what I mean.
I love magicians, but they're creeps. They're all creeps.
Like, if you asked a magician... Like, if you asked a magician, like, if you asked, like, Penn and Teller, like, hey, are magicians, like, creeps? What do you think they would say? Would they say, oh, no, they're the best group of people? They'd be like... It's like if you ask me, like, hey, on average, like, theme park influencers, are they, like, stand-up guys?
Watch one episode of Magic's Greatest Secrets finally revealed the Masked Magician Fox show. It is it was Skinner from X-Files. Every other comment is him, like, making, like, creepy, disgusting comments about all of, like, the sexy ladies that are helping with the trick. It is, like, it is the most vile, patriarchal thing ever. It's,
Can we keep any of this? Is this...
Oh, yeah. This podcast is bad. It's fine.
Rob, you're my lawyer. Have I said anything wrong or incriminating?
No, you're asking the wrong. I got nothing to lose. I will talk about everything.
I don't think there's any bad. Well, the thing is, if I say there's no wrongdoing, it's going to be like tomorrow or something. But like,
no.
I think on average, most magicians, theme park influencers, and Muppets are upstanding individuals who have a good understanding of time and place for flirt.
But there are those that slip through the cracks, is what you're saying. There's those who slip through the cracks.
I'm just saying that I'm not. My point is,
lost all the magicians and the Muppets.
Yeah.
They're like Stitch gets away with it.
We lost the Magic Castle, guys. We lost the Magic Castle.
They'll never let me in again.
Stitch gets away with it. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Crush doesn't try it, actually. Well, I'm sure there's videos of Crush trying it, but on average, Crush doesn't try it because Crush canonically is already. You assume he's married because he's a child, but.
Right.
I don't know.
He's blazed as hell.
And he's also chill.
Yeah, he's very, very chill.
Crush Bowls. We can all agree Crush Bowls.
Do you think that if they had a meet and greet Walt, they would have let the Walt animatronic flirt with Grandma? Like if Walt could talk to the crowd? and do crowd work?
I cannot believe the amount of people that have gone to Walt Disney World and Disneyland dressed as Walt in like the past 5 years. Have you noticed this?
There's so many cosplayers that show up, and the best is Mickey meeting them. Mickey meets the guy dressed like Walt, he's like, "Hey, what? Yeah. How did you get here? From my understanding, I'm supposed to be running this place. You're dead."
Yeah, it's weird. That's what made me think of that.
Yeah.
Anyways, what were you asking?
Do you think that they would let Walt riz grandmas as a meet and greet? Turtle talk with Walt.
Or his grandma? Well, rizzing grandmas is awesome always. Like
California or Florida is the other question you got to consider.
It doesn't matter. Like if you flirting with grandmas, if you can tell that it usually kills. Like when a waiter, that you've seen the bit where you go up and you're just like, who let all these pretty ladies out today? And the grandmas they are laughing and they're having a great time.
Man. Yeah, good Christian, good clean Christian humor.
Good clean Christian. That Mark Lowry shit.
Speaking of Wes Anderson, I just was like, I was about to say they're not actually gonna you're not actually going for them, and then I was thinking about Wes Anderson movies.
Yeah, Wes Anderson movies, they definitely do go for it. They definitely do go for it.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I got my conspiracy board of why all these.
Consulting with you can't see. There's just a big
Bunsen
board
attracted?
behind Kevin, and just lots of string.
Oh,
so much string.
While we're talking about this, have you noticed these Epic Universe, the way these people are like talking?
You seen this? You heard about this? You see this?
Hey, have you heard about this?
You see this?
Hey, Kevin. Hey, Kevin. Have you heard about this? Hey, Kevin.
And also, did you see this?
You open the news and
what's going on with Epic?
There's these they got these monsters like the Invisible Man.
Right.
Now,
yeah.
I'm just literally I should not be having this conversation. I'm worried that everything I'm saying is like horrendously wrong. So
you're
I don't
fine.
ever but have you noticed how awkward these are? Have you been watching these interactions with some of these
I've been in the midst of some of them. The Invisible Man's hard to interact with. Because
they interact with, but like
there's
everyone's
no facial
treating him like
cues.
he's like sexy and like they're
John
trying
Cena.
to like.
There's also a John Cena thing going on with him too.
What?
Well, I don't know what that is.
Explain. Please explain.
John Cena, he's a wrestler for WWE.
No, we know who John Cena is.
I get you.
And the You Can't See Me, he has a whole bit where he's like he's like the Invisible Man, and so people are going up and doing like the John Cena bit, and that guy, what a thankless job that guy is doing.
What a Andy is coming bit for Universal. Congrats, everybody. Good job.
That's fine. I don't care that people do that. It's specifically like there's these like Instagrams and like TikToks of like people that are like treating the monsters as like do you know what I'm talking about?
Like
Rob,
celebrity worship?
Celebrity worship, but there's like a weird undertone of like goth, not like almost like sexual vibe. It's weird.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to get to it. That's what it is.
Is Kevin the new Andy Rooney? Is this is?
Am I making this up?
You hear about this? You hear about this? You hear about the goths? Love and Frankenstein?
And here's another one. And have you heard about this? But like Rob, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Well, what do you have? You have Frankenstein, I guess Dracula.
It's not Frankenstein. It's happening to like the Invisible Man because the Invisible Man's perfect. Like it reminds me a lot of like Peter Pandem behavior.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
But that's also happening with Hiccup.
Yes. Oh man, it's getting wild with Hiccup, man. It's getting wild.
How old is Hiccup canonically?
He's in his
Isla Burke.
No, but we're like in
the first
movie 3.
Like,
in the first movie he's a child, but by movie 3 he's like the king of gods or something. I don't know. Like
they
give him like
me
Thor's
when I'm
powers
spinning out trying to explain my Tumblr page. In the third movie, they say it's okay that I drew this. Look at this.
He had a beer, so we know he's 21. Like we know it's fine.
He's having beer.
Yeah, it's cool. He's an adult.
He's a beard now too. Also.
Anyways, you want to talk about anything other than underage theme park interactions?
I want to talk about.
Can we
talk
start
about
over?
living characters.
Okay,
I want to talk about living characters.
Yeah, cut that down. Okay, please. Nathan, let's take that out.
Fully posted on Twitter. You're already canceled.
Nathan,
it's all right.
Let's move that to the end of the podcast for the true fans.
I'm hearing double it. I'm hearing copy it and
Would
paste.
you like me to double it and give it to the next person?
By the end of this, Kevin's just going to be like, send me all the files. I'll edit it. Don't
send me the files. It's going to say, I am working hard for my fans to get
Kevin,
video
you're
out. July.
It's going to be really hard to ruin your career if you keep asking me to edit this stuff out. So we're working hard here.
No, let's talk about your new video because I want to talk because we've been talking about it a lot.
My work, my career. Yeah, so I'm working on a video where Bunsen Honeydew is he's wiling out. My work.
Bunsen Honeydew goes to a Chuck E. Cheese and
somebody etched this onto some cave walls.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, we can talk about whatever.
No, you're deep into part 2 of your animatronic video, which I just watched. I just rewatched recently, and it's wild, man.
You watched part 1? Is that what you're saying, Dan?
I watched. I just recently.
You've seen part 2? Can you send it to me? Will you send?
I gotta wrap this up.
I'm trying.
But now you're in part 2, and it's slowly killing you, as all of your videos do.
Always does.
But I want to talk about living characters, and Walt would have wanted this? Would Walt would have wanted this?
Well, I'm going to talk about that in the video, so it's kind of a spoiler.
Oh no! Well, don't spoil that. But I want to spoil the living characters of it all.
Oh, would Walt have wanted the living characters?
Yeah, and specifically Talking Mickey. I really want to talk about because we've been talking a lot about Talking Mickey, and I'm very inspired by the insanity that is Talking Mickey.
I don't know.
What is your big thesis for this next part?
For the part 2?
Yeah.
Oh, my thesis. I'm still researching. I just kind of laid out this story again. I've rewrote everything 1,000 times. But yeah, right now I'm writing a lot about the autonomous characters. Then we talk about Talking Mickey, and then we talk about Star Wars, and that's like the back half of the video. The first half of the video is like the stuff that people recognize when you say living characters, which nobody can agree on what a living character is, which I think is funny, and that's like a whole part of the video where I'm like, what is a living character even? Because no one can agree, and if you ask certain Imagineers about it, they don't know, and they're like, but not only do they not know, they have opinions. Like if you'll read like stuff or talk to them, and they'll have. It's not that they're just like, oh, I don't know what that is, or oh, I guess it could be this. It's literally like, oh, that's not a living character. And it's like, yeah, it is. You called it that. And he's like, no, I didn't know that. And then, but then you talk to somebody else, and they, the people that did the virtual puppetry don't think that the like roaming animatronics are virtual characters sometimes, or are living characters. And the people that did the roaming animatronics don't think like Turtle Talk with Crush is a living character, even though everything gets branded as this. So it's
so
really
difficult. So what is technically a living character? Is Francis the robot or what is a living character? Like by definition, like.
Well, that's the halfway point of the video is when I just stop and I'm like, what is this even? And it is nothing. It's whatever you want it to be.
Okay, got you.
I mean, it really.
Thanks, Buddha.
Yeah, it's what you make it. It's really the boring answer is it is a series of techniques used to try to populate the parks with a different form of interaction than is typically found in costume character meet and greets or face character meet and greets or stationary animatronics. Like for so long it was animatronics in the rides or moving figures, animated figures, and it was costume characters, and then it was face characters. And the idea is that living characters are everything other than those three things, except for that doesn't make any sense. And also it's just so that's the boring answer. The real answer is, I think the halfway complicated answer is that things are disqualified as living characters once you figure out the trick. So like Turtle Talk with Crush is like a living character for 10 years. And then like your golf course has a virtual character, and your mini golf course or laser tag venues have these now, or like there's a SpongeBob virtual character puppetry show that's like at a Six Flags. And it's like, okay, well, this is no longer the next step, and therefore we don't consider it to be a living character anymore, even though it kind of so like you can like it's a title you can like lose almost, even though they'll mention that like historically this started all the way back then, but like do people consider Crush a living character in the way that they're going to consider the new characters that are using more advanced technology? So anyway, so halfway through the video I'm kind of like I talk about that and talk about all the distinctions and who fits into what category, and then I basically throw it out the window, and I'm like, really, what we're beating around is we're trying to get to autonomous characters. We're trying to get to characters that don't require any human near it to do an interaction. That's that is the idea. But for I think 10 years, the definition, if you would have like forced someone internally to say it, would be it's trying to make characters look exactly like they do in the movies. So when we build the Remy animatronic, it's the size of Remy. When we Crush in the tank looks like the size of Crush in the shape of Crush. It's not a interpretation like a costumed character or an animatronic even can be. It's like one-to-one. But then what does that mean for Lucky, the dinosaur, who's a roaming animatronic that doesn't have a movie, and then it all falls apart immediately.
Yeah. Kevin, let me ask you this. Because it's autonomous, like let's say if we were going towards autonomous, right?
Yeah.
Is it really, truly ever... like, doesn't the need for, I don't know, maybe I'm just being very like not futuristic here, but it feels like Disney's always going to have that one cast member who's keeping an eye, and if you have to keep an eye, it can't actually be considered autonomous, right? Like, are we discussing when we're talking about autonomy here? Are we talking like shows completely done by this character and nobody's around from, like, it's just trusted to do its job as we do a normal human being? Or is it always going to have that supervision?
Well, we already have an autonomous character that doesn't have a cast member involved, and that is the Star Cruiser's AI assistant thing. There was no CM. There was no CM that you needed around, and there's actually a spiritual predecessor to that with a Mickey interactive mirror that existed for, and so I don't know if you've seen that. There's 2 videos of it. It's very.
Was it D23?
Nobody look it up. It's a very fun part of my video. Don't spoil it.
Don't worry.
I'm very excited. I literally just spent.
We're gonna cut this out. We're cutting this part out.
Yeah, just leaving me talking about Bunsen hitting on people, hitting on underage people. Yeah. It's like just me, and then I'm like, bye, and that's all I talk about. That's all he wanted to talk about, I guess.
Then he just left.
And he left. Isn't that strange? Don't you find that strange?
Anyway, this episode
and also,
is
what
by
about
Casper.
this?
Yeah.
And also, how about this? But yeah, I mean, if the person exists there to make sure that people don't like pull the fire alarm or like, you know, run around and like break things in the room, that wouldn't disqualify something from being an autonomous character. But also, kind of the idea is like. That's the thing is like, what's the idea with the Living Character Initiative? Well, the idea is to market a bunch of like unrelated technologies in one package that like you can easily explain.
It's
both
it's
internal,
to up the stock price.
Yeah, there's a big part of it that's that, toward especially recently, but there's also internal and external reasonings. Like an internal reason to have these kind of initiatives within Imagineering is to justify like time and budgets toward something that you know they're trying to do something rather than I'm doing something in the back here and how much is it costing us and how much do you get paid, and versus I'm working on a technology that will, you know, further character interactions in the park. That's like a more reasonable thing. And then a big part of the video, at least the first part of the video, is just how portable these things became and how during a time when the parks were struggling to invest, like in 2004 and 2005, these things were so simple that they were just getting shipped to every park that was in dire need of help. And so like, you know, there was a point where like the living characters proved their worth too much, and then they like the technologies that had worth like became so like, that's the virtual puppetry stuff. They would just throw that everywhere. But they also would like send Lucky. I mean, the reason like Lucky, it's like, Lucky gets sent to where we need something right now, and so everybody ended up in Hong Kong, and then you never saw him again.
Yeah, Lucky did a world tour, and he changed too. Like his cart would change.
Yeah,
there's a guy in there.
There is a guy in there. But that's the weird thing.
There's a guy in there.
Is if there's a guy in there,
I was beyond certain that the whole idea of the freaking Lucky the dinosaur was that there was no guy in there.
That's what I thought too.
There was a guy in there.
There's a guy in the flower cart, which doesn't seem. Yeah, did you not know that, Rob?
No, I didn't. Wait.
Well, see, wouldn't this be interesting
he wasn't in
my video? Wouldn't this be interested in the video I've been working on for the past 8 months?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Hopefully this is like a reflection.
When the AI finishes it after your death, we're all gonna love it.
Well, yeah. When mid-sentence I turn into AI, and it's Lucky the dinosaur actually had a person inside there, and then
Kevin, I have enough at this point. I'm just going to create your voice, and we're going to talk about Bunsen for another hour.
If anybody does that, you'll see me on Hollywood Reporter as local YouTuber vindictively sues someone for stealing their voice. quote, he has no money for lawyer, but is doing it anyway. I'll represent myself. Here's my case. Listen to how I sound. He's took it. It's right there. That's my case.
I like the idea that like you represent yourself and then you just turn on a video in court and you just have an explainer video for the court, like a exclusive Defunctland.
And then I find out their lawyer is me as an AI, and I have to debate myself. I'm like, this guy's insufferable.
And then Rod Serling comes out. He's like, this was the Twilight Zone.
He keeps talking about his work. Your work? You're me.
I'm you.
I'm you.
We have the same
I'm
career.
You. Yeah. No, you're me.
You're going to tackle the monitor, and then you're going to both get up, and we're not going to know which one's you
which
and which
one
one's
of
the
you
AI.
is real.
I only have one bullet. Who do I shoot?
It's the monitor. No, shoot the person-shaped monitor.
Shoot the flesh robot.
Shoot the flesh monitor. Flesh monitor. No. Anyway,
is Toothless a living character? Is he like the pinnacle of living character?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I literally had to. It's like it was originally supposed to be like the end of the video where I was going to be like, this doesn't make any sense. At the end, and it would have been like great after 3 hours, but I started writing.
What a great
and
conclusion. Well, I don't know,
but I literally was like, I have to talk about this early on because everything you're like, wait, why isn't that a living character? Why is Lucky a living character if there's a guy in there, but like Francis isn't if there's not a guy in there, and it's like, well, that's a third party company. Push is third party, and even like Imagineering. From my research, they are very protective over what is theirs and what is not, which is not probably unreasonable, but it's also probably not surprising to anybody. But like even stuff that like the parade department made, there's not a lot of they're like, oh, we didn't do that. And so it's it's very the stuff that like the live entertainment does is very different. The stuff that was contracted that shows up in the park.
When did that shift though? Because I feel like Walt's whole like Disneyland TV like literally like told us that Imagineering does everything. Like that's the whole gimmick.
Yeah.
Well, they never did everything. I mean, those shops on Main Street and the Tomorrowland exhibits were almost certainly not all designed by those 6 guys. Like some of those had to have been just vendors. I mean, I don't know if there was Imagineering involved in every. I doubt it. Like in a lot of the Main Street and especially Tomorrowland early stuff. I doubt that they were doing everything.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff was just third-party vendors that they brought in to set up your restaurant, set up your store, set up your this, set up your that.
Way. But I
Walt
think
was a liar.
No.
What?
Oh, what?
Rob,
That's
you're going to get us all canceled. You got to stop talking that way.
So you think Walt Disney's a liar? Well, how about you say that to Walt Disney and then just bring him out? Robert, why do you think I'm a liar?
Why do you hate me?
Why do you hate
Actually,
me,
let's connect to we have an AI Walt to talk to us right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be incredible.
I'll bring my grandma and then that'll distract her.
Hello, beautiful old lady.
Who let all these beautiful gals
Robot
out
Walt's distracted.
today?
There's hot older women here.
He likes 2 things. It's hot old ladies and trains. That's what. Those distract Robot Walt every time.
And he loves them, especially
And
if they're
cigarettes.
both. Either of them are smoking. Perfect.
Choo-choo.
Smoking trades, smoking old ladies. Either way, he's there, baby.
And smoking. Period.
He loves smoke.
Anywhere you can get it.
That's the continuum. Is he loves smoke. A smoking bowl of chili.
Oh
piping hot. Yeah. No, I think. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I have to give up really early on what is living character because is Toothless living character? Sure, like anything is. It's like I tried to write down all of the like different techniques that were used, and I was going to do a segment or I was going to format the video this way, of like, well, first I'm going to talk about virtual puppetry, and then I'm going to talk about remote puppetry, and then I'm going to talk about autonomous, and then I'm going to talk about voice bank, and then I'm going to talk about this, and then it's like, oh wait, all of these use all the techniques a little bit, and it doesn't make any sense, and so you can't do it like that. And then it's like, well, autonomous robotics, like, how is that different than, like Francis the Robot or Giro and Gyro or, what's that guy's name? He has a French album. He was with Danny Kaye. Oh my gosh, it's Smart
Oh my god, yeah. The big one with the big eyes.
Yes, Seiko.
Yeah. Seiko.
Like,
Seiko. Like Drew Barrymore.
Yes, so it's like, so really, if it's just coming out of Imagineering and they label it as a living character, I guess it is. But that's not nearly as important as just like eventually the video just talks about the autonomous characters, and also the autonomous characters still need to rely on like virtual puppetry and all these other things to function as well to a certain extent. And a lot of them use dialogue trees still. A lot of them use branching behavior, stimuli based responses. So like the AI has like not the AI. They say it's AI. Maybe it is. It probably is. There's probably AI tools in it, but that doesn't mean anything. Like I think in the it's like me saying the way this is true, and I'm sure everybody knows this because we are all exposed to AI every day. But like saying something has AI is like saying I put flavor into this.
Yeah.
It's
sure.
Like that gives me nothing. That tells like I cooked something with flavor. I made something with AI. It's like but like what kind? What category of flavor? What specific flavor within that category? And it's like it doesn't mean anything. So like the AI characters, the autonomous characters is easier because there's just nobody operating it. Like a lot of them still have very hard coded, and most of them have to have hard coded like priority of like if it recognizes you're wearing a hat, that has priority over that you have a camera. But in the absence of the hat, it goes to the camera and it goes into its camera based dialogue some of the time, which is pre-recorded, predetermined, pre-scripted. That's how a lot of the autonomous play tests work. And if it doesn't notice any stimuli and there's no stimuli to do a diversion, then it'll just move right past that and the interaction. Then it goes straight to flirting with you, tells you how sexy you are, tells you how hot you are, who are you with, is this your boyfriend?
Ask who you're wearing.
Yeah.
Ask if you're in an open marriage. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. It's crazy.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I don't. It's the big part of the video is like, and I still don't know because I try not. I definitely don't write my conclusions until I have done all the research, and I'm still doing research.
Why did it close? So why did it close?
So why did it close? It's definitely just with autonomous characters. It's like who cares? This is kind of right now is my. But that's also because I've been reaching it for 8 months. But I'm like, at this point, I'm just like, who cares?
This is so credible because the last time you were on the podcast, you were at pure saturation point of you reaching Walt and animatronics, and you're like, this is the stupidest topic I've ever considered. No one's gonna care about this. I'm so tired of talking about Walt and animatronics.
Oh, I still am, and now they're
Nothing's
alive.
Changed.
And now they're except for they're better at me at it.
Dan, I think with having someone who is now an expert in flirty animatronics, and both you and Rob who have been to Epic, maybe we should talk a little bit about the Epic animatronics and our thought. Kevin, you went to Epic Universe too, right?
I've been to Epic Universe, yeah.
I mean, you were uploaded. You're not a real person, but you were uploaded into their UI.
My voice floated above it and astral projected my voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about the new like mega projection animatronics they're using over there? Because like it's like this multi-point face like new robot.
Rob,
you talking about
like Victoria, like
in
the pre-show.
Yeah,
Vicky
in the pre-show only though, right?
Yeah,
but they also do it on Ministry. They do the same projection gag. And it's such an interesting, like, because the face isn't like a blank face like the Frozen faces. It has features. It has a nose and eye sockets and a mouth
and
that
it
opens
moves.
and closes.
It
moves.
The skin structure underneath moves to the. So it's weird because
it looks
I
bad.
almost hate that you pointed it out before I went on it because I noticed it and I couldn't not notice it.
But how could you not notice it? I mean, like, how can you look at it and not see it? How can
I don't
you
know.
not?
There are people who watch Rogue One and they don't think that they think Tarkin's a real person, and I'm like, how do you think that? That's crazy.
That Peter
That's
Cushing,
CG.
man, he's like 110. He's looking great.
I talk about that in my video too. Thanks, Rob. Spoiler. Jeez. My videos are going to be like 48 hours, so everything you say, I'm going to be like, seriously? That's for my video.
You're talking about gear. We talk about gears.
Really? You're talking about theme parks? That's for my video.
Does it look better than it does on? I think it looks horrible on video, and I think that's a problem with lighting and things of that nature. Does it just look better in person?
I think it looks better.
I think it does. No, I think it looks better in person than on video, but I think they both don't look great.
I think they both.
Yeah, this is coming from a guy whose favorite ride is Fast and the Furious Supercharged, so don't trust him at all when it comes to projection mapping character faces.
Those are
I think they both. I'm sure somebody worked really hard on it. I'm sure they did a great job with the resources, but it looks not good. Monsters, like, because there's Victoria's not face projected in the ride, and she looks
nobody else is
amazing.
And you're closer, and you get closer to her than you do in the pre-show,
and it looks great. So what's the?
Or even within the pre-show, you have Frankenstein, who is not face projected, and also looks great. And
all the animatronics look awesome, except for those. So why?
This is the conundrum that we were just talking about on our Dark Universe episode, which should be out by the time. Maybe, we'll be out by the time this one is out. And the conundrum was, did they do this simply because they had spent so much money to try it out that now it was just a thing they had to click a check mark on why this budget was so high? You have to utilize it even if it's not the best version of the thing that you're doing, just so you're like, we didn't waste 6 years of R&D for nothing.
Right, because it also feels like it's coming on the tail of, I've seen a lot of in the Consumer Electronic Expos, like the advancement of super high tech, high refresh rate projection mapping, in real time. It'll just follow the face, it'll follow the person, and that's what this is. It's like it's like 5 projectors doing one face following the animatronic around.
Why would they do that when it doesn't look good?
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's where Nathan's saying. It's just it feels like the kind of thing that's
where
it's
Comcast
an investment.
Needs a Walt Disney to come in and say,
it's like,
"Boys, turn it off," and then it's just that's it. That's all you hear about it.
Yeah, it is. It does feel like such an odd choice, and I don't feel like it didn't take the art form forward. I don't think.
Right.
But Rob, you like it.
No, I'm not saying I like
Rob
it. I'm saying it looks better in person than it does on video, but they still look so uncanny. It's like to have gone from those weird face projection Frozen animatronics from Frozen Ever After to then you look at Beauty and the Beast in Tokyo and you're like, oh great, they've moved on. We've gone from Betamax to DVDs and we're great. We'll just look at that at the cute little period, and then it's just like, no, we've got one more we're gonna do, and it's gonna look weird and bizarre. And
I watched footage of Seven Dwarves for my video, and I was like, this looks terrible. Why would they do this? And I guess they didn't know that it looked bad, but it does, and it's weird. The
rear projection, eyes and stuff. You mean?
Yes. Well, I mean, I think all of the dwarves' entire faces.
No.
Some of them have faces.
Their noses, I think, are all real.
Well, their noses look real, but that's what's weird. It's very clearly where but their mouths are projected.
Well, I think that the dwarf thing of it all was oh, this is something new. We only done it before with Sebastian's eyeballs on the Little Mermaid ride or whatever. So now we figure out how to make it bigger.
Typically, I think.
Right, but the reason why they thought it looked good was because it was something that they had never seen before. Now we have iterated on it so much. Why are we still doing it?
Or is it just cheaper maintenance wise because it's less moving parts?
Has to be. But then
why
make 3 Victoria animatronics on the ride that have her normal face that works and blinks and talks?
I mean, in theory, Dan, the answer is because if their faces are projected from projectors around the room, there might just not be space on the attraction or behind you to put projectors that can map her face.
We tried our best to make it worse, everybody, but unfortunately, the constraints made us make it good. We wanted to ruin it, but we had to make the ride good. We had no choice.
There's only so much we could do.
The animatronics on that ride are awesome. I think they're really great, and also the Frankenstein from the pre-show, if it's running, which it's rare in
does it has a reputation.
I mean, it has a reputation among me because I've bypassed it twice. They just walk through, and they get real aggressive now where they're like, "Don't look around," and I'm like, I know that because they have nothing to cover anyone. They have something to cover Victoria when Victoria's in B mode, but if the pre-show's broken, it's weird, and it's a new park, so they're still working out the kinks or whatever.
They don't just Hondo him and put a box put boxes in front.
They do when they run the pre-show with her in B mode, which is a thing. But when the whole thing's just shut down and they're having you bypass it, which has happened to me twice, she's just kind of there, and I'm like, you can cover this up.
In T-pose.
No, not in T-pose. Well, that would be funny, yeah. But anyways, no, it's weird. because there's so many great. I do like I don't like to give my opinions on like rides anymore as much as I used to. Like we used to like just talk about, oh, do you like this ride? Do you not like this ride? Because I'm, I don't know why.
Because now you talk to all the people who work on them and stuff.
Well,
and it is more nuanced. It's more nuanced. It's
more. I think the more that I learn about the constraints, the less. Like I'm not afraid to tell you that when you project light onto somebody's face, it looks unrealistic because faces don't glow. Like if anyone that worked on the ride is offended by that in any way, I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous. Like it doesn't look real because faces don't.
Please
glow.
reach out to his lawyer, Rob.
Yes,
who will
reach out to
feed it into my chat GPT.
Feed it into my AI lawyer.
Sounds like Kevin Perjurer.
Please cut the first 20 minutes of the podcast. That was but no, it's so I don't know why and also partly because I really love I realize just like because we used to do all sorts of stuff where we would talk about our opinions, and I still do with you and everyone in my life, but like to do it publicly, I don't know. I'm like I'm sure I don't know. It's just. Well, it's like they could fix it tomorrow, and then I just have a tweet forever. Or there's a screen, they could make it. It could just it's a switch flip, and now there's smoke in the ride.
In the Potter attraction, it is justified the projections because people will change clothes, like they change costumes with projections. So I understand why it was used there. I get why it was used there. I just am very confused about the pre-show of Monsters, why they went so hard. Also, is it because the room's dark?
Well, that would make even less sense.
And like lighting a robot animatronic face, like with a little spotlight in that close of a room, you're just like, am I talking to a mannequin here? Like, did it look worse?
Everyone knows what you're talking
lights
to.
work all the same, whether you point them at a person or
you can do a lot with lights.
Yeah.
You can do a lot with lights. That's true.
It's like, oh, that light's too harsh. I have an idea. Do you have 5 projectors somewhere? But anyways, but that said, how I don't like talking about that. Yeah, that ride is. I have like very strong opinions on that ride. I've never seen, and I'll say this, and this is going to get me into trouble. I shouldn't say this.
I'll cut it. I'll cut all of this.
Cut it this.
Yeah.
Or if you determine it's bad. It's the first theme park ride I've ever been on where I'm like, if you just gave me the programming controls and taught me how to use them, and gave me enough time to use them, I could make it better. Like you don't need to unbolt anything. You don't need to add anything. You don't. You
just mean the
no, not even the pro. Well, the new ride. I think they made it worse with whatever they did. The recent thing they did, but just that like I'm gonna start turning off OLED screens. Those don't look good, guys. I rode. And you can keep this, but like. I don't know.
I've got about 30 seconds left so far of this whole podcast.
Sorry
I can keep. So
I got e-stops.
And Dr. Bunsen Honeydew came out of the emergency exit and started
asked
with
me
the
what color
underage
my
girl.
underwear was. Which is what happens in that video. You can see these. These are real things. I'm not a crazy person. I'm not like I'm not
I've never seen someone so scared that Bunsen Honeydew is going to sue them.
Bunsen. But yeah, no, I was never the biggest fan of Monsters. Not because I thought it's unfortunate, but everyone told me it was the best theme park ride of all time, and I went in just being like, keep your expectations, and I came out of it being like, that's better than Forbidden Journey for sure, and that like I think it's definitely a step up 100%. From Forbidden Journey, but I don't like Forbidden Journey for all the reasons I don't like Monsters, which is that ride system. I just don't think it's good for storytelling. There's no way to do a climax. Even when that animatronic works, there's no... Like, that's what I felt like Rise was such a step forward with. It's like, how do we do, like, a trackless dark ride, but have a climax? Because, like, trackless dark rides, really hard... Like, Mickey and Minnie's does not feel like a climax because you're just doing the same motion. And same with Ratatouille. Yeah. Ratatouille's fun. I like Ratatouille enough, but like it's not like Rise feels like it goes all the way up and then has that climax.
It has 3 acts.
Yeah, the same way that a boat ride often ends with the big dip or the big drop, or like a lot of the Pirates attractions end going down at the end, and so, and Tiana's does as well. Anyways, so like, I don't know. It's that ride system is rough for me. I don't know. But anyway, I got e-stopped, and I did it in the dark. And nothing worked, it was amazing. It was just cool. enough to see like the rock work and like the scenic design, but none of the CGI like Halloween Horror Nights commercial-esque stuff they did.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the stuff that looks like
background.
The stuff that you would you know, like I should stop talking. So I don't know if but you know, when like somebody worked hard on this, they did a great job. You know, when Frankenstein.
Look, people have already been paid.
You got
it's
paid.
fine.
You did so good, and I love it. But if I do have a few notes. When you should never have animatronics. You should never have like a virtual representation of an animatronic do something that your animatronics can never even come close to doing. And when
that's a good point.
The Wolfman jumps and Frankenstein grabs it by the neck and like does that big move, like, and it's all CGI, and it looks like you're supposed to see like Halloween Horror Nights 2025, like book your tickets now, come up on the screen. Like when that happens, it's like I don't know why someone wasn't like, this is something we shouldn't do. Because if you notice what Disney does, I'm not saying Disney's better, whatever, I hate this argument, but like Disney with their virtual representations of their animatronics, they rarely, like the end of Tiana's is a really great example where you have these physical animatronics, but in the background, people aren't doing at least I don't recall them doing incredible things. Like things that animatronics... Just
fireflies.
Well, there's people kind of waving and bouncing in the background.
Oh, yeah. There's two CGI animatronic screens before the drop and during the riverboat sequence. But yeah, it's just people just waving back and forth essentially.
But whenever you show me the Wolfman and he jumps on a tree and he like runs up the tree and then I see the animatronic. Like think about the Yeti in Expedition Everest. Like when you see its shadow, it's still pretty restrained. It moves with a similar like weight and a similar way.
That's because it's a big thing that would move the same as the big thing if it moved at all. I mean, that's But
Frankenstein doesn't move like that the rest of the ride. He's just turns.
Yeah, he's chilling.
Yeah. I mean, anyways.
I mean, where does
the Frankenstein in the pre-show and how he grabs the wolf? That's weird, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, how does the Egyptian pounding reeds flat into papyrus factor into this as animatronics that can't do
that's
the
a living
thing
character.
that they're animated to do?
That's a living character.
That's at Epcot, so watch your mouth. That's God's park.
That's the Holy Land. Yeah, you watch what you say. Nothing's wrong there.
Nothing's wrong there.
No,
because even if there was something wrong at Epcot, it's just part of Epcot.
That's
just that. That's like Epcot. Like everyone's like, Epcot used to be great. I'm like, I'm a router for the computer. Remember that guy in the pink?
Everybody
pink
needs a friend. Of
Everybody needs. It's like, what is going on? I love you, Epcot.
Imagineering loves Epcot so much. We built Maelstrom in a different country. Like we rebuilt Maelstrom. For Frozen again, you know, like why do we keep building Maelstrom? Why do we keep doing it?
I love Epcot because Epcot, they said like, we want to put a festival center in here, and it said actually you're going to bring back Communicore, and then everyone said what, and then they did, and it's like it's like, well no, we have this festival center, and Epcot the entity said actually I think you're going to, it's like, oh, we're going to have a play pavilion. It's like, actually you're not going to have a play pavilion. That's not it. And it's just, and Epcot just does its thing. And
Spaceship Earth is going to have storytelling lights. Actually, you're not going to have storytelling lights.
You know what's very interesting?
In fact, I like Spaceship Earth, and it just stays like that for the rest of time.
If you go back to the preview center, when they had the big model in there with all the projections and all the stuff that they were going to do, it's weird because there's the sign for it, and if you look really, really closely at the bottom, in a very small font, it just says "God's cruel joke," and no one knew what it meant until later.
That's
that projection room.
That was something else. The best thing.
Will they ever unbolt the rails in the Odyssey? Have you ever looked at the ceiling in there? It's just still there because you know some. I mean, who knows?
Well, they needed all the projectors for the Cosmic Rewind
I know that's literally what I said. I was about to say. I was like, somebody called them up one day and said, "Hey, Festival Center's Epcot Preview Center's closed. Give me those projectors." and they just booked. No, but Epcot is
well, 5 just got stolen by the team over at Monsters Unchained.
when you see the fickleness of a park like Magic Kingdom, because everyone's like, "Oh, Magic Kingdom, that's the castle park. That's like the most visited park." They want to get rid of Rivers. Magic Kingdom hands over Rivers. they've been trying to do something with Wonders of Life, and Epcot says, "Good luck, buddy. Good luck taking Wonders. Good luck. I'll sooner lose Buzzy than I will let you turn this into a Wreck-It Ralph thing." And it's like, and you look at Hollywood Studios and Muppet Vision. That's like the DNA of the park. It's like the thing I was most excited to as a kid. That there was a Muppet attraction, and just nope, Monsters Inc. But you try to build. You want? Oh, I'm gonna break down interventions so I can build my festival center, and now we literally have Communicore again because Epcot said no. Nice try. I'm too big for this, and it's wonderful. I love it.
Epcot too big to fail.
Epcot said we don't want manatees anymore, and now there's just no more manatees.
Yeah, the Living Sea's definitely taking a hit. I'll admit that the Living Sea's. But Epcot doesn't care. Epcot, because Living Seas, that's 87 or whatever. 86, 87. That's not us. 88? When was it Living Seas?
Yeah, and they're all
87?
drinking the Kool-Aid there because they all think that they're eating salads from the garden, but the garden's not. Living with the land's not growing.
We still got a garden. I still got scientists here. You're not putting anything here. We still got scientists back. We got kids.
The USDA is funding half of this park.
We got college kids baking in this red light. We're not like it's amazing. And it's like you put Soarin' in there. It's like whatever. We'll lose kitchen, but like. Get rid of Lion King. I don't like that. Put back a generic nature film back in the land. Yeah. Just an unsponsored.
Hosted by the dad from Modern Family.
Could Ty Burrell please show me footage from like the pre-shows of the Walmart TVs, please, for 10 minutes? That'd be great.
So I've seen that show before, and before I went in it for a second time ever, somebody was like, it's like, so they were describing it to somebody I was with. They were like, oh yeah, this is like the guy from Modern Family, and he's like selling you the earth, like because he's a realtor in Modern Family, and so he's like playing a real estate agent. And I'm like, that no, it doesn't. It's just a nature film. It's not about that at all. And then I watched it, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, it's exactly what it is. He's like, it has a few, it has a few like, break it in a little bit, and it's like it has a great.
It needs a new kitchen, but man, you're gonna love Earth.
No, that's what the whole thing is, and I was like, oh my god, is this
until the end gets very depressing. The end is very depressing.
I don't know. The end, I like right after they bought Fox too, because I feel like somebody was just like, look at all this National Geographic stuff we got. Like, what are we gonna do with this? Look at all this B-roll. Throw it and live with the land.
They're trying to sell Expeditions. But the modern. But yeah, I was like, is this a Modern Family themed show?
Oh, this is very interesting. He's too good at the sell, I think. Well,
he sold me.
The dad's fairly competent.
I'm still
in his
here
job.
on Earth. I didn't leave.
Yeah.
And I've had my opportunities.
Man, Bezos is on the phone all the time.
I was supposed to be up there with Katy Perry.
Yeah.
And they
I love the idea of like you and Katy Perry on the ship together.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go a different direction. I thought you were going to tell me you're a founding member of Heaven's Gate. I was almost up there. I almost took to the stars, baby. But I slept in a little too late on that Tuesday, and I missed their call.
Heaven's Gate.
What is that? You know those guys?
I've heard of it. What is it? It's a religious group?
It's a death cult.
It's like a cult. It's like a death cult that thought that they were going to space.
Okay.
That thought they were going to space.
Next.
Dan, would you like me to cut this part too?
Let's just cut this. Let's cut the entire episode.
I had something so wholesome and nice about Awesome Planet, and you talked about a death cult. Next.
He's going to lose the Muppets. He's going to lose the grandmas. He's going to lose
They made
the
two
cultists.
Inside Out movies, and they're like, this is perfect for the Imagination Pavilion, and the Imagination Pavilion said, no thanks.
No, thank you.
No,
thanks.
We'll keep Figment.
Where else will Eric
I think
Idle
we're
go?
actually going to bring Figment back, actually, and he's going to be he's going to meet and greet. And it's going to have a line for a day, and then this guy is going to walk out of that rainbow tunnel every day and see nobody waiting for him, and a bunch of people being like, who's this?
But surprising, and also Epcot won't let go of the take a picture, leave a memory thing. They won't let go of that either. They're just holding onto that.
Yeah, on the side.
Can we talk about Figment? Can we talk about Figment?
Talk about Figment.
Sure.
Figment is not a living character, even though because his hand was inside of the Dreamfinder's hand was in the puppet.
Yeah.
But Figment is like
spoilers! Holy crap!
That doesn't make any sense because he's got two hands. He's holding it.
That's in my video. That's in my video. Figment's hand.
Yeah, he has two. Wait, how does he do that
if
he has two arms?
Yeah.
How does he hold a Figment with an arm if he has two arms?
Well, the thing is you just can't trust Dreamfinders. That's the one thing. If you ask anyone, if you see a Dreamfinder on TV, you're like, I can't trust that guy. There's just something about a Dreamfinder, you know.
I don't. Yeah. They should bring him back. I've heard like
he is back. You can meet Figment now.
No, not
after
Dreamfinder.
you go ride his ride.
Dreamfinder.
Oh, he's never coming back. He's dead.
Dang.
Epcot said no.
What did you want?
Dreamfinder could come back to play. Can Dreamfinder come out to play? And Epcot said no.
No. Eric
Epcot
Idle
said,
here for life.
Epcot likes Eric Idle for some reason. I haven't figured that one out.
Well, they like Nigel Channing. They love Martin Short.
Well, they love Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. But
I love Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. So, yeah.
The whole pavilion.
Because Nigel Channing, you know what he loves to do is flirt with grandmas. So, I mean, it's a home run.
That Eric Idle would flirt with a grandma left
Honey,
and right.
I Shrunk the Audience the first single IP land?
Well,
because there's no way.
I mean, technically, it was part of at Epcot. It was part of the Institute. So it was just the
but that was all themed to the
You're talking
world.
about MGM?
Well,
you're talking about like the playground?
No, not the playground.
No,
because I was doing a thing of like trying to find the first single IP land, and there's one. A Bug's Land was one of the first Disney ones that everybody forgets about.
No, it can't be a single IP land because the Figment ride. Well, the Nigel. The Nigel
Disney
Channing
scientists.
ride.
So you see the
Disney science. There's
Flubber. There's the Disney science people. You see.
Well, because you're correct in the sense that when the first Nigel Channing show only showed Nigel Channing, then it was a single. If you count themed canon as part of Honey, I Shrunk
He's going to
the Kids.
get there. It's a single IP land.
Yeah.
He's so close.
He's almost there.
I'll go for it.
I think it is. No, I'm just. Is it a land though? That's the distinction. Okay,
no, it's
fair.
a pavilion.
It's a pavilion.
Rob, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a pavilion.
No. If it's captured in a building, it doesn't count.
And technically, it always had Flubber.
Mermaid Lagoon, Tokyo Disney Sea.
It doesn't feel like a land to me. Feels like
it is a land. It is a land.
That's absolutely incorrect. How about
it doesn't feel like a land though?
It's their worst land.
It's like a giant.
Cut this part out.
Little Mermaid Discovery Zone.
Gone. It's gone. No, there's a show. There's a big show there, and there's a play area. So
yeah, and there
that's
are rides. It's indoor. Just by putting it indoors, it doesn't feel like a land.
Mickey's
Are you the reason we can't have a shaded area in any of these parks? Are you the reason they keep building things like this?
Too many trees. It doesn't feel like a land.
That's one of the. You ever hear like something from like one of these companies, and you're just like, guys, just relax. Like there'll be like, a land.
Guys, there's a brick wall now behind Kevin. Just so you know, he's got a microphone and a tie.
Yeah,
you hear about this?
You
ever hear about this? And another thing, and also cut this out. And but like you hear these things, these people, they're like, it's not a true land if it doesn't have this, and it's like, stop trying to make isms and like little sayings and like having it just build something fun. Like stop. It's like it needs this, and this. It's like, no, just build something, build it good, build it real nice. And if people try to over-explain stuff, it's like kind of like self-help books or like how to like start a YouTube channel. If you're a YouTuber, you watch somebody's video on like how to start a YouTube channel, and you're like, yep, that's just like that. Good luck.
That's it. Perfect.
That's all you gotta do.
That's all you gotta do.
So Dan, you just recently bounced for a second, and now your microphone is wrong. It's the iPhone microphone. Instead of your beautiful new microphone.
Keep this in.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. This is the only thing that's lasting.
Can we keep this in? Can we keep this?
The Dan Becker blooper reel is the plan for this episode. So,
Rob, you know what I'm saying? Like that thing you're saying of like, well, land is something that occurs outdoors, while this is something that trying to create terminology for something, or like,
no, it's here's the thing: is land is like a living character. You don't know what it. You just know it when you see it. Oh,
that's why I'm so upset about this. I was like, what? And I was like, I'm trying to find the example, and I'm like, it's the living character thing. Is everyone has different definitions, but they always they say it with such conviction, like it's wisdom. It's not wisdom.
Right.
You're just
the question though here is by Rob's own definition of a land.
Rob's wrong,
now.
Nathan.
I agree.
Wrong. But then
because the land itself,
the
land itself can't be a land if it's indoors doesn't count. So
if it's floating, maybe, but it's on the ground.
Is the land pavilion a land?
Yes,
a theme park
it's
land?
Twice the size as Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom.
Huge.
It's
the land
huge.
pavilion
It features
one of the biggest things on
food
property.
and beverage,
three rides,
attractions, one show. and 2 rides.
There's a lot. I'm not denying there's a lot in it, but
Rob, why do you hate Disney so much? Why do you hate Epcot?
Why do we call it the Land Pavilion
You're allowed
and not
to hate
the
Disney.
Land
If you
Land?
hate Epcot, I will. I swear
You'll
to
hear
God.
from my lawyer. You'll hear from my AI lawyer.
You'll hear from my lawyer that sounds suspiciously like me.
My love for Epcot has gone up since you've introduced this theory that Epcot has its own immune system that protects it from Disney.
It absolutely does. I mean, think about it. I'm like, you're in a Dino Land, and Animal Kingdom's like, okay, what do you want to put in here instead? It's like, I don't know. And it's and Epcot, you're like, I want to redo this, and it's like, good luck with that. And you're gonna have to go through my 80 pounds of asbestos and 6 sinkholes to do it.
Sir, we've got bad news. Epcot has rejected the Mary Poppins plans.
The Epcot will not be having Brazil, is what I was told.
Right, we'll try and pitch it again in 5 years, and we'll see if
says
Epcot's
it would
into
be
it.
open to a France Pavilion expansion. What, he says it will give you ratatouille if you expand the France Pavilion. It wants crepes. It wants crepes. That's ridiculous. It said it's to
Eat it grapes.
Give it crepes. It says we have France but no crepes.
We have a mystery meet
crepes.
and greet in the teddy bear store at the Germany Pavilion. Oh, you're gonna bring
Pavilion.
Nuffy over here? No. It's just another way to meet a dwarf. So,
Yeah.
What's really
One of the
bizarre is
7
to
dwarves.
communicate with Epcot, you just have to go out back and you have to dig up this metal tin can, and there's notes inside.
Wait, was that
and
what
you
that
can't
was? Was that secret meet and greet? It was
It
dopey?
was dopey. It was dopey. It wasn't Duffy.
in
the
Germany?
teddy bear store in Germany.
That's crazy.
It was dopey.
Oh, there was a. Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
the
secret
other
meet
store
was
one's in
dopey.
UK, right?
Here's something that's
there's
lost to time. This is institutional knowledge that you had to live through, because this is the type of thing that. And I was very much in. I was on forums long before I started Defunctland and like looking at and researching blogs and stuff. But on the ground type, I'm actually going to the theme parks. I didn't do until a year after I started Defunctland, which was 2018. That's when I've gone to the parks and stuff and done actual on the ground stuff. But this is the stuff that you can only get from on the ground theme park research. You remember at D23 that one year when they were like, guys, we got something that's going to blow your mind. It's super special, and we're keeping it blank on the schedule.
Oh my
and
God.
Like,
it was
it's
the
going to
best
be
thing
something
ever.
crazy.
It's
It's gonna,
huge.
This
is
going to
huge.
be huge.
It's huge. We have a
We're
big
it's the 5th
announcement.
gate. It's the 5th grade. It's the 5th gate. It's either the 5th gate for Walt Disney World, or it's the 3rd gate, or it's a whole new resort, or whatever. It could be, who knows, but it's going to be huge. And so everyone was like, we got to go to this. And it was blank. It said to be announced, and everyone's like, I don't know, something pretty special happening tomorrow. And then everyone woke up the next morning and found out that it was a book. And the book was a day as a Disney. One day at Disney.
Yeah. Disney's
A
like,
book
you
they'll
guys are
give
always
you
talking
for
about how
free.
much you love cast members. Literally, Disney's like, you guys are always talking about how much you love the
yeah,
cast
you guys
members.
don't love-
What
it
do
was-
you mean you're not excited about a cast member documentary?
It was genius. It was like yeah. It's like everyone's like, what the hell? This sucks. And it's like, oh, so you don't like cast members, huh?
I see how it is. So we're not complimenting the cast members now.
Okay, well,
see.
we'll cancel the book and we'll fire the people involved. Would that make you happy? And we're like, what? We thought you
We'll
were going
fire-
to announce the new 3rd gate.
We'll fire every cast member we interviewed.
Yeah. It was so manipulative. Do you remember that, Rob?
I remember the build-up, but forgot what it was, so you just made me relive the disappointment twice.
There you go.
I got to just relive that feeling again.
Incredible.
All right, can we talk about Talking Mickey?
Sure.
Because I want to talk about a video I'm working on, which is hilarious to me. And we have a clip that I'd like to start this discussion with that Nathan has for us. And Rob hasn't seen this, but Kevin, you shared it with me, and it's one of my favorite Talking Mickey clips I've ever seen. So a thing that I've been hyper fixated on is Mickey and proposals, and how he doesn't participate. He will not participate in couples proposals. And this, look at him moonwalking. As soon as the ring pops out, Mickey does a Batman smoke cloud and will disappear. Can we watch it one more time?
My question is
it
finger on and then he shows back up? This is what I want to know. Does finger, okay, now it's not a proposal anymore, and so we can...
She said yes,
okay,
and now it's congratulations.
We're back at it. We're back at it.
Yeah.
All right, let's give that another watch here. I'm going to bounce back and forth.
Unfortunately, hey, that's mine. Unfortunately, okay, we'll watch it one more time.
Yeah. All right. So
this is great. This is great for podcast listeners. But
yeah,
basically, a guy is grabbing a ring. This is in the Talking Mickey area in Magic Kingdom. He brings it out, and Mickey like acknowledges the moment, and he is gone.
He just disappeared.
Gone. He's out of shot. You cannot get a photo with him. I know the cast members who are taking photos too are like, nope, we're gonna keep it on these two.
Yeah, so this is a fascinating phenomenon about Disney and Mickey in particular, where people try to bring both their proposals and gender reveals to Mickey Mouse to like have like a big theme park moment, and Mickey will not do your gender reveal. No. Mickey doesn't want to do your gender reveal. He doesn't want to participate in your happy moments, and it's one of the funniest things to watch on social media and on YouTube is people's Mickey proposals, and Mickey will run. He will run the minute the guy's knee hits the ground. It is incredible.
I get it. I know. Here's why. Can you just imagine the one time that guy gets on his knees and she's like, no, Phil, we never talked about this.
We never talked about this.
And then they start crying.
This is our first date.
Just behind them, like,
sorry, guys.
Yeah, Mickey doesn't want any of that.
Yeah, there's only one place a failed proposal works, and it's a baseball game. Everyone loves a failed proposal at a baseball game, but no one loves a failed proposal at a theme park, and it is incredible. It's so wild to me, and I've been doing a lot of research about this, about how Mickey... Yeah, Disney just doesn't want to roll the dice. They don't want to roll the dice
Mickey is a coward, is what we're saying. He's a coward who will not commit.
He's a corporate shell.
He'll show up. He's a fair weather fan who will show up after the yes comes out, and he's like, "Oh, great, it's a happy moment."
Yeah, he'll take all the credit for the good stuff.
You need to be there for the risk.
Yeah.
No, he's not going to be there to help you move out when it goes bad in 3 years. Like no, Mickey's not there for you.
Are you going to talk about? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Rob.
I was just gonna say, I just love that he found the perfect hand gesture back up.
Yep, he like freezes. Like
if he could just dissolve into nothing, he would.
If he could have Thanos snapped, if he could have just disappeared entirely, it would have been. If you would have put a Homer into the bushes, into the back of the set,
right in that
totally.
Yeah.
Are you going to go into talking Mickey a lot in this video, Kev?
Yes.
It's like the biggest. It's like the biggest thing, right?
It's the climax. It's the heart of the thing. Yeah. It's definitely. I was able to talk to a lot of people that did it, that worked on it, and it was fascinating. And it is.
I honestly think it's one of the best things that they've ever done in terms of storytelling. It is.
It is, and it was a very It's a very different view, I think, apart from like the actual thing, which is very interesting. The way it interacts with the story of like living characters and just the interactive characters is it's a different park, and that it comes right about the time New Fantasyland debuts. It comes out like a year after, less than a year after. It's playtesting during New Fantasyland because Mickey used to live in his house, his country house, and they bulldozed it to build 2 Dumbos or to cancel a Tinkerbell thing, and so they moved him into the Main Street Theater, and it was going to be like that's where he was. So they play tested and whatnot, but like even New Fantasyland, it's like if Harry Potter hadn't won. And I don't know how much I can go into this in the video, but it's like, well, you see Harry Potter, the original land from 2010, and then when they build the second one in Diagon Alley, you just are like, it's not that, well, this is the next step, and that's why this is so impressive, and that's why everyone's flocking to it. And it's not just that Harry Potter fans, because people that were not over-the-top Harry Potter fans, the same way that Pandora has this effect, and the same way that I think Cars Land, I think those are the 2 examples of like, versus Star Wars, which I don't know if that's the case with Star Wars, where it turns a lot of non-Star Wars fans into Star Wars fans in the way that like, I don't love the movie Cars. Radiator Springs makes me love the movie Cars. Like, even if you didn't connect with the first Avatar movie, like, that land has so much heart, all that stuff, right? And I think the same thing was true for Harry Potter, the first one, and people were like, well, what's the next step? And the next step, and Disney's, the things they were tinkering with in, like, 2012, 2013, 2014, were this, like, well, this is our idea of what the next step is. And then they built a second Harry Potter, and it was like, oh, well, what the next step is the same thing. It has this. It has it has a drink stand. It has a sit-down restaurant that's like this. It has a wand experience. And it's like, oh, so that's it. It's just the same thing again. It has one ride, And it's like, yeah, it's just that. And then now seeing Epic Universe do the third one, where it's like, oh, it's just this again. And it's like, yeah, it's the same thing again. And then seeing like how I would say Burke is the only place in Epic Universe that feels like a different take. I love Burke, for the record. I think they did an amazing job. Burke is the first like theme park land in a long time that doesn't feel like it's a Harry Potter, like on the Harry Potter model, to me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
In the way that Monsters feels like it's what, you know, and same thing with Nintendo. You know, very, very obviously with the bands.
E-ticket, C-ticket, counter service, table service.
Yeah, just shop. and just, you know, just the like even just the sight lines being pretty pristine and stuff like that. That like Burke doesn't seem to care about, which like I think could be a criticism, but I also think they just focus their efforts elsewhere with Burke. And I don't know, there's a lot in Burke that feels different than the other three portals, to me at least. But that said, Disney, before they knew that like, oh, when we build Galaxy's Edge, we're just plugging and playing Harry Potter, and then the overlaid of our next step is the whole like story system that Trowbridge wanted to do, of like the feedback, and we'll have living characters and all the stuff that they wanted to do that they didn't. But even then, it's like, well, you have a lightsaber building experience, that's something you have to have. You have a cantina, that's something you have to have. You have blue milk because we need a butterbeer. And you know somebody's saying, we need a butterbeer. Right. And that's not something someone was saying in like before the first Potter opened and when they were doing the conceptual stages of New Fantasyland. And they're like, okay, so what is the next step? It's like, well, Dumbo's weird. We're going to give Applebee's buzzers out. And the cue is going to be, you're going to be sitting down and your kids are going to be on a playground. And it's a bunch of like the interactive cue stuff was going on. And I thought that was really interesting. And then like Enchanted Tales with Belle is a very different type of experience.
Sure, yeah.
Which it was announced before Potter, you could argue has some lineage to the Wand experience, but there's no product in the same way. It's truly like, what is the next Princess Meet and Greet? Like, what is after?
Yeah, what's the evolution of the Princess Meet and Greet?
Yeah, like what's next? And I think once Potter won, so to speak, all that
LeFou's
kind of went
Brew
away.
was after Potter.
I do feel like LeFou's Brew was after all of New Fantasyland was after Potter. LeFou's Brew very much felt like a butterbeer thing.
And the whole Beauty and the Beast like dining experience, I think, is more of a home run than any of the Harry Potter dining experiences.
Well, and it also was different. The original version of that, Dan, he's gone. He'll be back. You back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. But the original version of that was that you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
I can see you. Yeah. The original version of that, even as
am I the Invisible Man?
What? You are. The original version of the even Be Our Guest, the restaurant, was a very unique style of serving. Do you remember when it opened? It was weird. It was like you also got a buzzer or something. It's very similar
to how Epic works to this day.
There was some weird.
It was like a Wawa kiosk where you like ordered at like a touch screen. You were given a pager and you went to like a table. Yeah, it's very different than it is.
And they came to you on like a cart.
Yeah,
that was at least for lunch. I think they might have also done it for dinner. I don't remember, but I know they did that for lunch, which that's very different. And so all these things are like everything is just interesting. And I also think because like Stags came in and changed Seven Dwarves, we got a lot of what else would have been interesting removed. Like we were supposed to have a Cinderella that was you're supposed to dance with Cinderella. And then you're supposed to have a Sleeping Beauty one where you wrote her birthdays.
Just take a nap.
Yeah. Well, you actually wrote her you like wrote birthday cards for her.
Huh.
Like just for her 16th birthday because she slept through it. And so like you wrote and then you present the birthday card to her. I mean, and so that was the initial.
What?
There's like lots. There's like you never heard of this, Mr. Meet and Greet?
No, I've never heard
There's
of this.
Lots of concept art of
stupid
this.
Birthday card meet and greet. What a waste of paper.
Mean, for a little girl, that would be amazing if you got to give a birthday card to Sleeping Beauty. If you're, if like a little.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You getting to hand like Sleeping Beauty's birthday?
If you know who Sleeping Beauty is, yeah, I suppose.
I guess. Well, that's what Enchanted Tales with Belle is. It's we're gonna put on a show for Belle, and everybody like practices and they go and do it. And so they were gonna have 2 more of those, and then Stags came in, famously had sons.
And Stags
so
did up.
And he made it. And also, I'm a big Stags head. I think it was the right call. Big Stags.
Boo!
Oh, okay. We got dissent. Now you're anti-Stags. I'm a big Stags guy. But I do think Stags, as well as like Bruce Vaughan running Imagineering at the time, because he was big in living characters, as well as Scott Trowbridge coming over from Universal. That's kind of a big part of the story that I like. Oh wow, that's interesting that all these big transition happen, and that's when they start doing really interesting stuff. Because not to like dog on any of the like living characters, where it's like Muppet Mobile Lab. It's like, it's cool, it's good, it's winning awards, and it's impressive. But how is this fundamentally different than Lucky? Like, well, there's not a guy in it. There's a guy further away.
There's not a guy. Turns out there's a guy in Muppet Mobile Lab.
Oh, there's a guy in there.
2 of them.
If you have to ask if there's a guy,
you were telling me that a big goal of like that was like to use as many stock parts as possible. Like there was like this big sort of like push of like let's just use as many over the counter, tech that.
I don't think it was explicitly that. I think it was a lesson they learned from that. I spoke to a few people who were nice enough to like give me some background information, and one thing that I found was interesting that I don't even think is going to make it in the video is there's like an ideal size for certain things, and that if something's really big, like a Lucky or even the one that came before Lucky, that's a lot more expensive custom ordering than the size that like servos and hydraulics and those types of things or electric motors typically already are in like their standard form.
Interesting.
And so there's like an ideal size, because these things, if they're too expensive, you don't want to throw them out there in front of
let people kick them.
So like. Yeah, I mean, and that Segway, I'm sure would have been, you can't, there's nothing, because Muppet Mobile Lab was on a Segway. And you know how hard it is when I'm writing this video, it's 3 hours long, not to be like, here's 20 minutes on the Segway. just talk about the Segway. Why were people into
So why did it roll?
And, we should just have there's an entire video about just Segways at theme parks.
Because Segways at Epcot tours, Segways.
Tour Segways. Hey, I have a question, since we mentioned it a second ago, and I think I'd like to know, LeFou's Brew, are we pro or con?
It's disgusting. I hate it
in this house.
It's bad.
Yeah, I'm not an apple guy. I'm not an apple cider dude, like in that way.
I like apple cider, so maybe
I
that's
love
why.
apple
Yeah,
cider.
but not that. That's not apple cider. That's like.
Agreed.
No, it's like sweet syrup, but I still like it.
That's like a weird way of saying that. Like, I'm not. It's like, do you like this? I'm not really a that thing. It's like, well, it's not that. It's like, yeah, I like that.
What? No,
like,
I am a cider guy. I like a cider.
They call it Raby's Cave.
Why do they call it Raby's Cave? Why would they call it that?
Rob, you seem to be on my side a little bit here.
I am.
You have a side?
I'm not saying every time.
I used to buy a few LeFou's Brew, when it was.
The cinnamon roll in that place, someone should be arrested. Horrendous.
Yeah, what is going on?
It's absurd. How do you not? They're so stingy. Disney parks have
hot cinnamon bun roll takes.
Okay, let me. So yeah.
And by the way, you worked with these cinnamon buns. I love it. You did a great job. You did a great job putting this together.
You did a great job. You tried really hard on the cinnamon run. Yeah.
Now I don't want to be the guy that tells you did a bad job. But it doesn't take a genius to tell you how to make.
You put enough.
Oh.
You got to put some more icing on there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume he's gonna come back.
We're just gonna keep going. Yeah.
But this here's the thing. So Disney Parks does something that I don't understand. That the cruises do that I do understand. On the cruise, you want your desserts to not be super sugary and sweet, because people are going to eat too much of them, and then people can't control themselves. Like, you don't want super rich desserts. You want, more subtle desserts so people can have more of them, because they're gonna. But that's not the truth of the theme parks. So there must be something where they tried to, because like, does sugar cost more than flour? Because these things are just flour. Does sugar cost more than flour? Let's look that up.
Probably, right? Probably.
Does that sound right?
This is the agriculture.
Kevin's staple futures.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the reason is because it costs more. So, like I said before, they're greedy, and they should be pouring icing on that thing, and that would have a line out the door. Like, imagine if they gave you like a really good cinnamon roll in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's too small in there, and they decide to make it bad so they can have manageable lines. See, this is why you can't criticize anything. There's somebody losing their mind over it every day.
Actually, LeFou's Brew.
The whole time.
LeFou's Brew is bad.
So are we anti Homer's Donut? Is that too flowery?
Actually, that's so funny you said that, because the three of us just pounded a Homer's Donut just last weekend, and it was not great. We all threw away half of it.
Yeah.
It's
it
not
was
great.
not a good donut.
You know
it
what
was
is
not
good?
a donut.
The Joffrey's donuts, because that's a vendor.
Yes.
So they don't care.
You think they wouldn't be, because they sit behind a piece of plexiglass in the sun for
the
hours.
sun perfects them. The
It
sun
actually
keeps
is
them
really
warm.
good.
Yeah.
They underbake them, and then they let the sun finish
The
baking.
sun do the job.
If you've been in a theme
Sun
park, you know
kissed.
that when you go to Joffrey's and they hand you like if you get like a bear claw or like an apple fritter from there and you eat it, you're like, this is like way too good of food to be in these gates.
Joffrey's. Yeah.
Like somebody got it
Can
in there.
we
And
talk about
Joffrey's,
Joffrey's? What is Joffrey's? It's not anywhere else. It's not like I go to a Joffrey's across
what's
the street.
deal?
What's the deal?
You guys hear about Joffrey's?
No,
Hear
it
about
actually Joffrey's exists, I think, in Fort Lauderdale or
it's a Florida.
That's the loudest research type I've ever heard. Can we get a Foley on the typing?
The extreme gaming keyboard.
I mean, I know
got
they
the
exist.
extra high keys.
Of course, they are a
location
Disney World
page.
exclusive. I should be clear.
They're not.
'cause-
They have a
No, are
location,
they at
they have a
Disneyland?
location no, they have a location in like Miami or Fort Lauderdale or Tampa.
Well, no, I'm sorry.
Tampa.
I meant they are not at
Florida
Disneyland.
thing.
They are at Disney World from theme park perspective of Disney
Oh
parks.
yeah,
There's no Joffrey's at
Everything
Disneyland.
here is terrible compared to Disneyland. Disneyland is
Well,
the pig in
yeah,
the litter.
there's no question. No question.
It
I
is
mean, in
kind of
terms of
crazy
food
that
and
the
beverage.
same company makes the Tiana beignets and the food brew cinnamon buns. Like
It's funny you
just
mention that
night and
because it's
day.
not the same company. There's actually 100 companies in between those two companies. The company that is handing you the
they're
cinnamon
lying to me
roll
about
is.
my beignets.
You're telling me that these beignets weren't made by Tiana?
There's
That
one
also, I have a
Joffrey's
theory.
outside of the parks.
I
Yeah.
have a.
There's one.
Just one in Tampa.
There's one Joffrey's.
I have
Who's-
another theory
Oh, okay.
that actually this is less of a theory and more of a. Will somebody tell me if this is right or wrong? Actually, don't do that. Please
That's
don't
what a
comment on
theory
this.
is.
Joffrey's a laundering
I'm pretty
scheme?
sure.
Please don't
Yes.
comment
Just to
on this.
I declare.
If you're
Oh,
subscribed,
we're gonna
don't
lose Dan
subscribe.
again.
Oh, Dan fell.
Dan fell.
But I think I know that in Universal's case, like the Potter food, the quality is dictated
Right.
by like the Warner Brothers or someone, and then hopefully not her, but someone is dictating that quality. And I'm
she who
assuming
cannot be named, yeah.
Nintendo has also has like like whenever like if I
yeah.
license something like that, but like
100%.
Disney internally, like I think Galaxy's Edge food and same with Avatar and these things like maintain certain levels of quality because they have like other internal companies that are like checking on like quality.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that's
Miyamoto-san saying, "Up
yeah.
it." Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's true for something like Tiana's. Like LeFou's brew can be bad. That's fine. We don't
Are you
lose
saying
anything with
Tiana's
that.
checking in?
But like
making
Tiana's beignets, like if those
Yeah.
are bad, that reflects poorly on Tiana
On
as a
Tiana.
cook, and that's Tiana's whole thing is that she
Oh,
owns a restaurant.
interesting.
So
is
like,
it bad
is
for
that
lore?
a character integrity thing? Like where it's
Oh,
like these
that's
can't be
fascinating.
bad if you put like same with Remy, right? Because it's like if Remy
Right.
cooks something for you, it has to be to a certain level of quality. Otherwise, it's like a character integrity problem. But if LeFou is like this is what LeFou
Right.
drinks, it's like this tastes like
Right.
terrible.
Is
It's
that
like,
why
my
pizza?
man-
Is
he's
that
a-
why rat pizza tasted terrible?
He's
Well,
a
that's
peasant.
Ironically,
he's
a rat
peasant
made
in-
it for me.
He's a peasant in France. Of course, this tastes bad. Why would
I mean,
this
that
taste good?
explains why my man Tony Solaroni's pizza is sort of but he's trying really hard because that's part of
Is that in
character.
Tokyo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you not know of Tony Solaroni?
I know of him. I
the
said
great
where he's
pizza
from.
maker.
He's my uncle.
He's so.
I guess
he's so.
I immediately guessed correctly his location.
yeah.
my godfather. My parents die. He's my dad.
I
That's
have
cool.
dinner. I have dinner on his second floor of his Italian restaurant every day,
Yeah. Absolutely.
making me the pasta. But
yeah.
in terms of Taki Mickey, which was initially what got me onto this, it just feels like an era of the parks that was unsure of what the future was, and I think we've come.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much I'm going to talk about this, but it does feel like Dan has been gone for too long for me to keep talking.
No, keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
It's fine.
It
I can't
does-
edit all of. There's nothing
Yeah,
left if I
okay.
just keep. We just gotta keep
sorry.
going. So it's
Yeah.
fine.
But it does feel like we're at we passed that era, like around 2016, where it's like theme parks are theme parks, and Epic is the most concrete of like, for some reason, and I'm not trying to make a judgment on the park. I'm not trying to say anything. I know people are very passionate about this park and love this park, which is awesome. I like a lot of it. But Epic in term, it just, when I walked into Epic, the biggest thing I was disappointed is you started from scratch. Why would you not fix the dozens of things that make this a place like this a nightmare? Like because these places are cool in theory, but going like most of the time is a nightmare for name 10 reasons right now why going to a theme park is uncomfortable. And shade. you could eat shade, it's crowded, crowd management, lines, queues. I will say the one thing that Epic did is face recognition on the lockers. That was like but other than that, it's like they're like, well, we're building a theme park. So just build a theme park which has lines and rides, and some of those lines are outdoors and it doesn't matter. People will stand in them because people want to ride the ride, and if they don't, they just won't stand in them. And even down to stuff with accessibility. It's like, well, if they can't fit on the ride, they won't ride the ride. And it's like, but you started from. I understand. I have more understanding for a thing that is drowning and is trying to tread above water and keep itself going. It's like, we have to move this gate, we have to put up these construction walls, and it's like, this is a living, breathing park. Versus starting from scratch, you would think like the past 20 years would result in anything. Something.
Yeah.
But New Fantasyland had that, and same with Talking Mickey, where it was incorrect, I think, what the future would be to a certain extent in terms of predicting it, but it was different. It was weird.
Yeah. Does that make sense? Mickey was very Westworld. It was very like, oh yeah, we're gonna have
Rob loves Westworld.
That's the dream. I want to die by robot.
Yeah. I assume you haven't seen the show. Oh wait, you just said die by robot.
Yeah. No, what happens?
Well, we all saw the movie and the first season, and then after that, who knows? But yeah,
I haven't seen Westworld. All I know is that Rob wants it to happen.
It's first season's really, really good, and then you can stop right there. It's a perfect encapsulation.
That's so sad.
Would you say that Dom's 1970s Dodge Charger is a living character on Fast and the Furious?
I think Rob
Hollywood Drift.
I think so. I mean, I imagine there's a puppeteer behind it every time you go on the ride at Universal, right?
This bad boy, vroom vroom.
Oh well, that one. No, that's just a ride vehicle. I'm talking about the better ride, the supercharged at Universal.
Oh, okay.
With the one in the tunnel, with the weird Cruising USA graphics and no.
Here's something that I just find fascinating. Perfect. There's 4 different, will there be 4 separate lines? Is one of these? Is it just 4 different colors? Is it just 4 different colors, or are they 4 different cars?
Oh no, those are 4 different cars. So those look like the cars from Tokyo Drift.
That's wild. So because people wait 6 train loops, 6 trains longer, just to sit in the back of an identical car.
Excuse me, could we get in the line for Dom's Charger, please?
Yeah, can I get in the line for Dom's Charger? How
you say that, I bet there will be. I 100% believe it. 100%.
Yeah, they're smart. Like a hack. If you go in I've never seen these movies.
Yeah, if you want to get on quick, get a Han's car. No one wants to ride in Han's car.
For those who don't know what we're talking about in the audio portion, because we've only showed this via picture, but we're talking about the new Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coaster coming at Universal Hollywood, which allows,
and we have the premier expert on the brand here with Rob.
Is this? I mean, this is sort of like a variation, kind of on Guardians, I would assume. That's same
my
sort
guess,
of
right?
drift.
Yeah, it's just rotating car vehicle. You'd almost think that their first excursion into making a ride based on a franchise called Fast and the Furious would be somewhat
we all got
fast.
off and we're furious. So
well, that's true.
Yeah.
No, it looks really cool. It's great, but it's Hollywood Drift, not Tokyo Drift.
Right, it's Hollywood.
Are they building this at Universal Osaka? Which would still not be Tokyo Drift because it's not in Tokyo.
Osaka Drift?
It would be Osaka Drift.
My question is, will they still have flip phones in the pre-show queue?
Oh, they gotta.
Because
they
technically,
must.
In Tokyo Drift, which canonically is set now after many of the other movies, but still everyone is using 1987 flip phones in the filming of it.
Fast and the Furious 3 is set between Fast and the Furious 6 and Fast and the Furious 7, where there are high-tech satellites that can track down anybody anywhere in the world, but everybody still uses flip phones.
Everyone's got a razor. Well, I think the only hope I have for this is that we can have at least 5 different pre-shows for this with multiple interactions with our favorite gang. I think that's very important.
What was it? Who's the other pre-show? We just did it the other week, and it was the best part of the ride.
Yeah, they're that down pat.
They're the Jungle so Cruise hard.
Skippers of
the one guy in the last room had something to say after every character delivered a line. Kevin, Rob, and I were laughing so hard we couldn't even handle it. And the guy looked like
I wonder if this video of him doing like that thing, because it's impossible to describe, unfortunately. But he was just...
there are really good videos out there of people doing these pre-shows and really just, putting them on their head.
Yeah, they don't like it. Like it's the first. It's like if Superstar Limo was still operating, and it had. It's amazing that they just. Yeah, I've never seen any of these movies either. So
we'll take care of that. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna watch them. I'm so sorry.
I feel like I can get you to watch 3, and that's all you need.
3, the third one, or 3?
No.
Total?
3 total.
I haven't seen The Godfather yet. If I'm gonna watch a movie that I don't want to watch, I feel like it should be that one.
You shouldn't watch 3 of those. Just watch 2 of those.
I'll watch The Godfather 1 and 3, and then I'll replace 2 with 1 Fast and Furious of your choosing.
We do. No, I think you have to commit to at least 2, because then you got to watch 1 and then 10 part 1, and that's, I think if you watch those 2.
1.
You want him to watch the first and the last in the franchise.
I haven't seen Fight Club. I'll be honest, I haven't seen most movies that were in film school boys' dorm rooms.
You've not seen The Matrix?
Like posters,
Dan?
I have seen Pulp Fiction, but of the movies that like are in like film bro dorm rooms, I haven't seen Fight Club. I haven't seen Godfather. Old School, yeah, the movie, with
I'm thinking of posters.
The film, with
the musical. What are you talking about?
With Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
I've seen Old School. Is that
okay? That's definitely a dorm room poster I've seen. Scarface.
Well, he's smart. He's saying film school dorm room posters.
Like Pulp Fiction, Fight Club. It was the male. What about masculine...
the movie with like the robot girl, the old one?
Metropolis?
Ex Machina?
Yeah, Metropolis.
The old one.
The public domain.
You think college bros have Metropolis posters on their
college film bros? Yeah, I think
my cabinet of Dr. My cabinet of Dr. Caligari fan art on my wall.
Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah. No, it's just a beautiful like photo of like the train coming toward the screen.
I was gonna say,
but every time
train pulls into station.
Bro, you seen this?
Lumiere Brothers? Oh, it's
bro,
crazy.
turn off the lights. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Okay.
God, I thought that was a train coming to our dorm room.
What are the Lumiere Bros up to today? These guys have been dead for.
That's what we call them, the Lumiere Bros. You've seen that shit get in the moon's eye?
Skit. That'd be such a great skit. New Lumiere Bro skit. Dude, two kids on a bike. They're dropping a new one. Deadline just released. New Lumiere's joint. Two kids on a bike.
The Lumiere verse. It's great. It's gonna be real good.
Yeah.
Do you think that Dom Toretto would be able to save the day riding an Ellie Pitagorko? Is that a helicopter thing from Chuck E. Cheese?
I don't know. I don't know who Dom is. Is Dom Vin Diesel?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen these movies. I'm sorry. Yeah. Every time I ask Rob, I say, and I swear I'm not like what's the word? Value. It's like when I'm value projecting.
Right.
What's the correct word? There's something like that. Value projecting. Something like that. But like I'm like, is there a lot of like girls in this that are like for the male gaze? Like, is it that kind of like 2000s male gaze vibe?
Couple. Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't.
5 or 6.
Okay, see, that's the stuff that I can't get past. I'm studying Deal or No Deal as I have been for the past 6 years for a video, and I'm still struggling.
I'll tell you what. Fast and the Furious handles women the same way magicians do.
Yes, it does.
Okay, see,
and Bunsen for sure.
Yeah. 100%. Muppet Mobile Lab.
I don't think it's correct, but it's more than that. Just not something I prefer to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen clips from Fast and the Furious. It is a little egregious. And the reason I think it is that is because the ride, which I have been on, is like a major part of the ride.
Yeah, girls shaking their butts.
Yeah, like, and it's, you know what I think I don't like about it? It's not as just like, oh, it's, you know, exploitation or whatever. It's not that like surface level. It's more of, they think I like this. They think this is like, you know, it's like a movie saying like, you're welcome. And I'm like, I don't like this. And you know what I mean?
I have a bad thing to tell you about the American male, because box office receipts say otherwise about our gender.
Don't worry, Kevin. We're going to get you in on 7 and 8, and that's going to to care a lot. Now the bad news is 7 or 8 is all you can watch.
I can appreciate women. I enjoy women. And I'm attracted to women. It's more that,
just not in a magician's kind of way.
No, not in that Bunsen way.
Tom Toretto.
Not in that way that Bunsen do what he do. You know, like I don't like that.
Not that Bunsen gaze.
Not the Bunsen gaze.
It's like, I get it. It's not like I'm like, ew, gross, get it off the screen. I'm just like, I feel dirty. It's like I had one time.
The back couple of the movies have took the more of approach of like the Mission Impossible, where like women are like
Mission Impossible. That's why I love Mission Impossible. Like Mission Impossible treats them so wonderfully. Yes, they're all attracted to Tom Cruise because of the ego, but they like Tom Cruise is attracted to them because they're like really good spies and thieves. Except for
I'm
two.
going to counter you,
except
Kevin,
for two.
Yeah, there we go. Because I've seen 2 very recently.
One's not great at it. Two's worse.
2 is oofty doofty.
3 is a little. It has some moments where it's like,
he's married. He's married in the third.
There's a J.J. Abrams joint. There's a
weird part. Well, it's all it's all his girls. Bring him out. Who do we got? And it's all the J.J. Carrie Russell first scene, and it's all the same. It's
Felicity, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker. But it's weird.
Was Carrie Russell in Rise of Skywalker?
You bet she was.
Yeah, she was. And
did I just
Felicity?
Did I just tune that out?
Yeah,
with the haircut from season 2.
Yeah.
But what's weird about Mission Impossible 3?
Oh my God, she was in the movie. I just remembered.
Zora Bliss.
Yes. Yeah. Zori Bliss.
I'll go to my grave knowing that for no reason.
Yeah. Remember when they made Poe Dameron like a drug smuggler? Yeah. Like, why would they do that? Why would they do that anyways? But like, in the weird part about Mission Impossible 3, and there's a little bit in 4. Okay, maybe there's a little. Maybe I just like Mission Impossible.
All right,
better.
maybe you need to go watch Fast and the Furious now.
There's no way it's as egregious. The scene at the beginning of the Fast and Furious Supercharged, where that is worse than anything in any Mission Impossible.
Of dancing?
In 3, there is a weird Tom Cruise ego moment that nobody talks about, where like, it's this really weird line. Did you guys remember this from 3? Have you seen 3?
Yeah.
Long time
There's
ago.
a line where like, he's like getting married in that movie. He's like, has like a very consistent girl. He gets married at the end. He gets married at the end of 3.
No, you're right. Absolutely. 4 is when he's like,
he was married, but then 3 is at the end of 3 he gets married, but he's very much in a committed relationship. But then Carrie Russell's there, and he's like a spy that he's training, and he's like, yeah, she was like a daughter to me or something. And then like Luther or maybe not Luther, somebody's like, do you ever have sex with your daughter? It's like, please cut this out. It's what? Cut this out. It's a part of the movie. It's like
can't cut any. And I lose Dan again. I can't. This is a chaos episode. If I've ever,
we might just throw this one out.
No, this is literally will be the most loved episode of this.
You need to
podcast.
Please cut judiciously. Please cut some. Make me look. I have a reputation to. Please cut me as if you want my career to survive this podcast. I'm terrified.
He lost the Muppets. He lost the Muppets. He lost J.J. Abrams.
I just have to go to Epcot.
Fast and
Furious will protect me.
Dom, you lost the entire family. Which is,
I can't believe they have the barbecue in the queue.
It's great.
It's the best part.
Barbecue. Let's end this thing.
That's good.
We were going to, if Dan shows back up, he has a fun and tell, but I'll do my fun and tell, and then if you boys have anything that you want to say, something's went wrong. Dan might not be coming back. We'll see what happens. My fun and tell this week, here at the end of this crazy episode, is Alien Rogue Incursion on the MetaQuest 3S. If you like the Alien video games and you like the idea of them hunting you and you hearing them behind you, It's great. It's also terrifying, but it's very, very fun. So I would highly recommend that. It's not as good as Alien Isolation, and it's not trying to be. It's more like an Aliens game, but you still, especially at the beginning, get that vibe of, oh crap, they're on my what is the thing, the sonar or whatever. I can see them coming, but I don't know where they're at. But you literally, because it's VR, they tend to like crawl on the ceiling and stuff, and you're trying to shoot them. So you get really skeeved out because xenomorphs are pretty
scary,
terrifying. Man. Yeah.
Speaking of VR,
fun and tell.
Muppet Vision, baby, they're saving it. They're saving it in VR. Good
news.
news.
This is your fun and tell, right?
Well, no, not that they're saving in VR because I don't have any VR equipment, so I couldn't.
I'll let you know if it's good.
Tell you. But yeah, apparently they're
probably
preserving
only
it.
Gonna go to like Apple Vision, and no one will see it ever again. But
I'm a big fan of and my fun and tell, and this will obviously come out later. But I was spent the last 2 days at Muppet Vision, and got to just meet and hang out with so many awesome Muppet fans. So a big shout out to everybody. And I came home with like a bag full of Muppet goodies, which was the coolest part. It was like I went to a Muppet birthday party and I came home with a bunch of party favors. So the artist community surrounding Muppet Vision and Muppet fandom in general is some of the most fun. My gosh, I had so much fun at the closing of Muppet Vision. And I'm fine. It turns out I'm fine. It didn't like really affect me at all. So like it's just like, well, I guess they're putting it on VR. Great. You know, I'm so used to defunct rides at this point as a theme park historian that like, and the next wave of defunct rides doesn't like bring me great sorrow. It's just like, well, it's happening, you know,
part of the process.
What are you going to do?
Rob, Kevin, are you guys doing anything for fun?
Do you want me to go?
Sure.
Yeah, Rob.
I opened the floor to the great senator from Florida.
Oh,
I've been
my
collecting
gosh.
video games, and more specifically, I've been trying to collect video games centered around theme parks.
Yes.
But not like Roller Coaster Tycoon. So like my latest one that I just picked up was Universal Studios Theme Park Adventure for the GameCube.
Yes.
Which is a terrible game, but a very...
Are any of them good at all?
I haven't gotten far enough into the Tokyo Disney Sea Game Boy Advance game, which I also got. And I do have the PlayStation 2 version too, but I can't play it because you need a Japanese PlayStation 2 for that one.
Gonna have to emulate
and also
that one,
those
maybe.
games are completely in Japanese, and
yeah, it's tough.
even a year and a half later, I know almost nothing of what is on the screen there. So maybe I need to reassess what I've been doing with the past year and a half of my life.
That's your.
But the Universal Studios one is pretty terrible, a little confusing because also based on Universal in Osaka, which the dead giveaway was that like Tokyo Disney, Universal in Osaka has the bright idea to put a roof over their like Main Street area, which, as you know, in my mind means it is no longer a land. So
yeah, that's true.
Technically speaking. Good callback there, Rob. Good callback.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been doing, and also Walt Disney is a liar and Mickey is a coward.
What's the last mini game you played on the Universal game?
I've been able to. Here's the thing. There's one for each ride. I can only find two. I'm lost in a virtual theme park because it's like Resident Evil style where the camera doesn't move.
He'll help you.
I don't believe it, and he's all the way at the front of the park, and I'm not getting tricked into running all the way back there. You don't move very fast.
Yeah.
I've done the ET, which is terrible, and it's like a proto version of like Subway Surfers, and then I've done Jaws. And Jaws, the whole premise of Jaws is you have to throw crates from your boat onto Jaws, but the twist is you can't see Jaws because the camera's pointed at you instead of the ocean. So you just kind of have to figure out where Jaws is. So
super smart.
It's been a journey.
We just hit Orlando Informer event, and we just wrote ET, and we got ET to say the longest name previously mentioned here on the podcast. I think I'm going to remember it correctly. Wakobayashi. Was that it, Rob?
That sounds correct.
Yeah.
Wakobayashi. And so ET called me Wakobayashi, and it was awesome. Now we just need 30 people to ride the ride and
Wakobayashi.
say all your names are Wakobayashi.
You finally break the ride for good. It just doesn't boot back up.
Spielberg personally sues me because I Wakobayashi'd ET to death.
Kevin, is ET a living character?
Oh God, yeah.
He pops up on the attraction, and there's no cast member watching him on that little basket when he pops up. You know, so he's autonomous, and
there's nobody around.
Yeah, and he talks to you.
Yeah, it is a living character.
Yeah.
So what am I doing?
Yeah, for fun.
Are you doing anything for fun?
Beyond.
What am I doing for fun?
Any fun and tell? Yeah. Any show and tell?
More cooking? Any good cooking recently?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been cooking, but nothing too exciting.
Mostly meth.
He's cooking. He cooks.
I've been cooking. I've been cooking. Actually, music has been amazing for me recently. 3 of my favorite artists ever: David Byrne, Pulp, which is a Brit rock band from the '90s, although they're from today. They're from today as well. And then Sparks. All released new music within like 2 weeks of each other, and all of it is great. Pulp's new album's amazing. I love it.
Did you like the Sparks documentary? Were you into that?
It was good. It was fine. It was great. It was for Sparks fans, and at the time, I was only aware of Sparks' 80s stuff and their 70s stuff, so I didn't know their story, and I wasn't that big of a fan. The documentary definitely made me more of a fan. I watched the documentary, like I think a lot of people watched it because they love Edgar Wright, which is valid because Edgar Wright makes a lot of great stuff. But I watched it because I was like, Sparks, I know Sparks. Like I have some bands that I have like 4 or 5 songs from. Like I love these songs. But then that documentary kind of was like, oh, I like a lot of their music. And it was cool. So that's a good it's good. If you don't already like the music though, I don't think it's it's a good documentary
It's not
aside
gonna
from
convince
that.
you. Yeah.
No. You have to have listened to their music already. But I like that. But their new album's really good. It's like really good.
Nice.
And so is Pulp's
vinyls.
And David
all
Byrne's.
Vinyls too.
Yeah, they're releasing vinyls. I'm gonna pick some up. But then David Byrne's new album comes out later this year, which doesn't really matter. All I care about is that he's touring again, so I can see him and Pretend Like Talking Heads is still together. But also I love Byrne's original music too. Byrne's stuff is he has some really great solo songs, especially when he works with Brian Eno, who's my favorite probably of all time. But yeah, so
nice
new music 2 weeks for me.
I just got the Tracy Chapman vinyl. They just pressed it, and so I just got the Fast Car vinyl.
Very nice.
Man, I love it. I love it so much. I just got a new record player, and so I'm going hard into the vinyl. I had a crappy one, like a crappy Target, like Bluetooth one, and then my buddy Ben's like, let me get you one with like an actual needle that won't destroy your vinyl, which I didn't know was a thing. But I guess it is a thing. So now I have a fancy record player that I listen to it.
It's so interesting when vinyl sounds better and when it sounds worse, because I have a pretty nice player and really good speakers, and half the time it sounds better and half the time it sounds worse. It's just because it's not magic. It's like it's
no, we leave that to magicians.
Well, there goes my first guest.
It's lossless in theory. But your ears can't tell the difference between that and like really good digital audio, most likely. But the difference is in the mastering techniques. Anyways, good. I'm glad you have a great record player now that doesn't destroy your vinyl. I'm not a huge vinyl person.
No,
I love vinyl, but I'm not. There's like people that are like crazy.
Yeah.
Like I would probably end up on Vinyl Jerk. Have you seen that?
No.
Yes.
r/Vinyl Jerk. It's when like. It's like a subreddit dedicated to like making fun of like amateur people that collect vinyls, and it's the most miserable subreddit you've ever seen. It's all people that are like level 11 of like vinyl collecting, and they're just like, look at this person and look at their vinyl.
What, on Reddit? No, nobody's
not, which is weird because that was weird for Reddit. Anyways,
Anyway,
well,
Dan, we have new social media.
I know my phone just it switched over to the other microphone. I don't know what the hell's wrong with Riverside.
That's fine. We're gonna finish this episode. I'm gonna put a pillow on top of it and end it. So
yeah, we have new social media. Come hang out with us on our Instagram and our TikTok, where we are posting clips very regularly now. Some good clips, some good fun, and otherwise, check out Kevin's new documentary about living characters.
After you've mourned me, when it comes out after my death, you can mourn me.
Pick up exactly where he died when the AI voice comes in about 45 minutes into the episode, and it'll be great.
And we thank Rob for his contribution of the AI voice and doing the legality and the lawyer work for that.
And catch Rob never again on YouTube. Apparently, he's never
catch
coming
me right
back
here. This is where I show up now.
Although, even though he's got a Disney Beam video, a thing about that beams videos into your brain like directly from space, and he won't make it. So, I mean, what do we? It's over, guys. It's over.
I'm waiting until I can hand it over to Kevin's AI.
Yeah,
Kevin can do it. Kevin AI.
I hate AI so much.
Rob doing Kevin's post death videos. Yeah, cool.
Well, thanks for listening.
Send questions. Send questions as well. Funfunpod
and confessions. Questions and confessions.
Questions and confessions.
We were going to bring confessions to this episode, but we thought that they would be too dirty, and then the episode turned out to be about how
Bunsen
horny
Honeydew.
I'm so sorry. You have to cut a lot of this. I'm sorry, but you have to make me
you
look
literally
good.
said nothing bad. You said nothing bad. It's hilarious. It's such how times have changed, man. No, you were fine.
You're a good egg.
Okay.
You're a good egg.
You're a good egg.
Cool. All
we
right.
have to cut everything Rob said, though. Rob's a
Yikes.
Oh, filthy.
Got nothing to lose.
Filthy. This has been a production of 710 Media.